Welcome to the stream, everybody. How you doing? It gets people hyped, man. How you doing? Good to see you, Samus. Hi, Pineapple. Whoa, what's going on here? Test 1, 2. Okay, that's better. How are you doing? Yo, Alliance Noob, nice to meet you. Do I know you? The reason I ask is because I've had a lot of people from the Alliance. I've been talking to Alliance people. Are you an official Alliance person, or is this completely a coincidence? Yo, Beardsley, what up, my dude? Yo, Quiz comes in 17 down. Who knows how many to go? I'm like, what? Me? I know, but you don't have to remind me that I'm on. Not getting paid enough to be hyped. I know. I hear you. The Alliance will find you. They have. I think they have. The Alliance has definitely found me. But he's a noob, so he doesn't. You know, at least I might stand a chance against a noob Alliance. It's the veteran Alliance that you got to worry about. How's life? I tell you what, I am today. I am a little off, but I'm going to do my best to kind of keep things going and just kind of make it a normal stream. I know I'm a little bit late, but I have a really good reason. Because I was able to talk to a mentor that I haven't seen for years. He called like it was like 10 o'clock, or no, it was like 9:30. 10 o'clock? Whatever. Yo, DJ! How are you doing? Come on in. Yo, Denali, yo, DJ, what up? Bring it on. Welcome, Raiders. How are things? Yep. I do that too. I have that same thing. I'll go and lurk like 4 different streams. I'll come down after a few hours and they're all the same stream. Like, what? Does that even count? I don't know if that counts or not. Comes from my World of Warcraft days. Used to play PvP quite a bit. Oh, okay. All right. No, we don't know each other. Okay, there you go. The Alliance, in case you were wondering where that came from, it's a denomination. So it's just people from a denomination of churches I've been talking to. They're the Alliance. So yeah. How's DJ? What were you doing today? Can we get a shout out for DJ? Is yeah, Pineapple's here. Pineapple, let's get a shout out for DJ. What's going on, man? What were you doing today? Check out DJ. They have 187 followers, and last time they streamed Nitro Stream Racing. That's the one that just got the big update, right? Like it just got like some kind of really cool update, I think. Time to crack top 5 in the blacklist and trip to Palm City later. Oh no, that's cool. Not oh no. Oh wow, that's cool. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Nice. Need for Speed Most Wanted is fun. Need for Speed games are just fun, period. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Pastor Dustin's fish tank. I should pull it up just so I can say I've at least been on there once. I think it's called Dustin's fish tank. Isn't that the link? What does GOAT mean? Oh, greatest of all time. Greatest of all time is what GOAT means. All right, Dustin's fish tank. Is that it? Finally, blacklist number 5. I don't know what that means. I have it. I've never actually played it. Okay, hold on. I'm very distracted right now. Hold on. Is that a farting scuba man? Is that what's going on there? Are those bubbles coming out of his butt? That's what's happening, right? It's not just me. Thank you for the follow, Eileen. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we got fish, but I'm right. Yeah, that's a bubble butt. Okay, good. It's not just me. I'm not just like been on the internet for too long. All right, well, yeah, that is pretty cool, man. That is really cool. Good for him. The fart is way too quick. I guess it depends on what you had for dinner. That's what it depends on. Yeah, I wasn't able to, like, I don't know what Blacklist number 5 means, but I know that they that the game themselves are a blast. Like I was Hot Pursuit. I played Hot Pursuit for a while. It's so fun. Hot Pursuit is so fun, and they give you enough incentive to keep playing. Like enough, you win and you get another car. You win and you get another car. Like you always feel like you're doing something newer and funner and more exciting. So yeah, it's a good game. Now that you've said that, I get exactly right. That's the only. I don't know. How did you miss it the first time around? That's the only thing I see. I don't even see fish. I just see bubble butt scuba man. Cool idea though. Like it's really neat that he would be, like set up a fish tank and whatever. I didn't have the sound on, so does it have like music playing in the background and stuff? Yeah, there were fish, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Chipotle and bean burrito. Fart 60 miles per hour. Yeah, that would be a messy one though. That's the thing. You'd have to clean the tank after that. And you got to be careful with those. So like popcorn is a good one. You do the popcorn and drink a soda, get a nice clean whistle out of that. What you're talking about that's too dangerous. It's too dangerous. There's too much risk. Tell you what, we're gonna do Devo today, and then we're gonna get into Scarlet Nexus. I'm gonna try to keep it simple again because I don't know. I just woke up tired, and last night I don't eat burritos either. I don't like burritos. If I go to a Mexican restaurant or Mexican whatever place that serves Mexican food, I get a taco every time. The burrito thing, I've never been a fan. I don't know. Getting a $12 tube of beans is just not my jam. Yeah, I don't think Taco Bell make me sick. I told you before, right? When I was in Florida, went down there and we were staying at a hotel, and there was it was connected to a mall, and we went through the mall, and the mall had a food court, and in that food court there was just like tons of stuff, and one of them was Taco Bell, and I thought, man, you know what? I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. I'm gonna go get me a chalupa. And so I went over there, and it was like day 2 or day 3, and it was at lunch. So I had this chalupa, and I'm like, that was all right, I guess. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. And went and sat down, got locked into a room for 5 hours for the next meeting, and I was suffering, man. Never again. Never going to Taco Bell. That was never going to Taco Bell. Never going to Wendy's ever again. I think I'm done with McDonald's because it all makes me sick, and it's all gross. Your local Taco Bell, yeah, I don't know. I don't know anybody who eats a Taco Bell and goes, that was a great decision. I want to do it again, and everybody should come with me. It's usually, yeah, I had Taco Bell the other night. That's why I feel gross. But there's really good restaurants out there, and really good like mom and pop shops that'll put together some really good food made with actual ingredients for the same price, give or take. You just got to find them. Krispy Kreme coffee was my worst gastro. Really? Coffee? Really? That's interesting. I mean, I know coffee can do some rough stuff to you, but normally if it's just coffee, it's all coffee, not just one. I wonder why. I've had some terrible coffee. That's just for darn sure. Used to be, actually, back in the day, and I mean back a long time ago, it used to be that McDonald's had the worst coffee. It was absolute trash. And you wouldn't, it was a threat. If you don't behave, I'm gonna order you McDonald's coffee. And okay, never mind. But then they decided they wanted to become a coffee shop, and their coffee is actually really good now. And once or twice a year, they do a free coffee day. We actually did, my wife and I. It was a few years ago when they were first starting it. We drove to a McDonald's, got a small because they get a free small, and we drove, and the time it took us to drink the small, we went to the next McDonald's, pulled through, got another small, thank you very much, and drove again. And I think we did it 3 times in a row, and by the end we're like, okay, I'm done with coffee. Just kept going from McDonald's to McDonald's to McDonald's, just getting the free coffees. Krispy Kreme's coffee gave me a headache. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. It makes me think there's something else in there, like cleaning fluid or something. Stick with tea. I mean, tea's good too. Are we talking black tea? Are we talking like Earl Grey? Are we talking herbal stuff? Because I like me some herbal teas, even though it makes the milk curdle. Which is, I still want to put milk in it, but every time I do, it turns into yogurt. And then it makes me feel weird. All-time favorite tea for me is Sleepy Time Extra. That's the stuff. Up here, it's really good. I don't know. I'm in Canada. The McCafe regular coffee is actually pretty good. I would say McCafe is better than Tim Hortons coffee, but Tim Hortons dark roast beats them all. Tim Hortons dark roast is, to me, the best coffee. It's so good. I drink all of them. Currently drinking chai. Nice. Have you ever had an London Fog? Denali? My kids are obsessed with London Fog. They think it's the greatest drink of all time. It's really tasty. It's really tasty. But man, if you haven't had a London Fog, go try one. They're really good. Lipton green tea, Twinings cranberry. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the good stuff. I like cranberry and pomegranate tea. A little bit acidic. So yeah, but then you know. So what? It's good. Tried non-dairy creamer in your tea? Like what? You mean it's like lactose free? Or do you mean like almond milk? But yeah, London Fog's super good. Expensive though, man. I remember a time where I was my kid's age and had a job and, you know, disposable income. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go buy a $5 cup of tea that has sugar in it, but was prepared by a professional. Like, okay, yeah, go ahead. It won't last. Enjoy it while it does. See, I think the thing is almond, coconut, soy, pea, hemp, all those things, they'll change the flavor, right? Yes, milk, yeah, of course it changes the flavor. It adds sweetness and whatnot, but those other ones really, to me, they taste like almond, coconut. Taste like I don't know what hemp tastes like. Tastes like hemp, but ugh. Avoid curdling by waiting until after the tea is brewed and slightly cooled. Really? Really? Okay. Waiting is not my strong suit. I will freely admit that. Ugh. I had to switch to I had to switch to Spotify, and it's so different. It's so hard to see. It's totally different, and I just don't like it. All right, let's open up the Devo of the day. Food Theory did an episode on this, actually. They said brew 3 minutes, remove the tea bag, then add milk. YMMV. All right, I'm gonna figure that one out. YMMV. You might make vomit, but it's a decent rule. Oh, okay. Your mouth's moving. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's all chemistry, right? Exactly right. Yeah. Cool. Let's do the Devo. I'm gonna pray a little bit, and then we're gonna jump into the Devo. In case you're new here, welcome to the stream. My name's XtianNinja. I have been a full-time streamer for the last 2 years. I am a content creator, but also a content creator trainer. I work and have created an alliance called the Taco Network, which is an alliance of Christian creators and a training and accountability system for them. I have and I've been on here for a while now, and every day we start with a devotional, which means I talk a little bit about the Bible, and then we talk about a big topic, and then we talk a lot of just chatting stuff. Then we jump into a game. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about scary stuff, so that'll be fun. Yesterday was intense, man. Yesterday was intense. Am I right? Like it was not something. It was really something, man. Yesterday was intense. Just felt like it was a lot going on. Content wise, like topic wise. Maybe it was just me. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me pray, and then we're gonna jump into the Devo, and we're gonna continue where we were yesterday. We didn't quite finish yesterday, but we were talking about so much. Yeah, it was, right? It was. Okay, good. Yeah, it wasn't just me. All right, God, thank you for the stream. Thank you for everybody who's listening. Thank you for the lurkers and those in chat. Thank you for everyone who you will bring in the future for the next couple hours here that need community and want to spread positivity or have questions that need answers or counseling moments or whatever it is. God, you're in charge, and we exist here for you. Everybody who's in chat who wants to help, we exist to simply serve you and serve the community you bring us. Thank you for this gift. I pray that as we look into your Bible a little bit, that you glorify yourself and help us to know you better through it. In Jesus' name, amen. All done in, went to bed at 8 p.m. I hear that. Oof. I have such a bad habit of being tired. Like, I'll be like, I'm so tired. I'm just going to go turn on the TV and then stay there till midnight. Like, I was tired at 9 p.m. Why am I here till midnight? Well, thank you, DJ. I appreciate it very much. Thank you again for the raid. That's really, really kind of you. Always nice to have you come in on the raid. I'm going to, okay, so yesterday, in case you didn't remember what we were talking about Gideon and how, God took care of him and was very patient with him and whatever. After they have this moment where he brings the sacrifice for the altar, brings some soup and he pours it on there and God accepts the sacrifice, God gives him a mission, right? Okay, later, dude. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Did you know you can salute with lowercase o and a 7? Okay? If you want to be cool like the cool kids, use a lowercase o and a 7, and it looks like a guy saluting. That's how the cool kids do it. So yeah, so as soon as he finishes that, God gives him a mission. He says, that night the Lord said to him, see, there it is. Isn't that cool? Take your father's bull and the second bull, 7 years old, and pull down the altar of Baal that your father has, and cut down the Asherah that is beside it, and build an altar to the Lord your God on top of the stronghold here, with stones laid in due order. Then take the second bull and offer it as a burnt offering with the wood of the Asherah that you shall cut down. Okay? Hi, Ukulele. Hi, Orange. Good to see you. We just started Devo. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. How are you? There you go. See? You can make a whole army. So this is really interesting. So consider, right? When we meet Gideon, the Midianites have taken over everything and they're stripping the land bare, taking all the crops, taking all everybody's everything. And so Gideon's hiding and trying to thresh wheat in a wine press, which is not where you do that. But if you did it out in the open, the Midianites would come and steal it. So he's trying to hide it. So he's hiding, and then he's hiding, and then he's hiding. And then he talks to God. God's like, let me call you to go be the savior and the judge and whatever of your whole army, and you'll be great. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the least in my tribe. I don't know where I'm going. I'm a big chicken. And he's like, don't worry, I got this. That night, immediately Apple. I just looked at the screen. Pineapple pen. Thanks, Orange Crush. You wrecked my subconscious. Immediately after, that night, he says, okay, I want you to take your father's bull. Okay? Take your father's bull and his other bull, bust down the two religious symbols of the town, right? Of the town. And then I want you to kill, the other bull and then build my altar, build on top of it, right? It's like, that's incredible to go from hiding and terrified to tearing down altars that you're in, killing your father's stuff. That's a big ask. So what does Gideon do? Verse 27. This is kind of the first point that I wanted to grab onto, and that is, so Gideon took 10 men of his servants. Remember, Gideon's he's a rich dude. His dad's like a leader in the community, if not like the mayor or whatever you'd call it back then. He's a big deal in the community. Gideon takes 10 men of his servants and did as the Lord had told him. But, right? This is the but. But because he was too afraid of his family and the men of town to do it by day, he did it by night. What I think is really cool is there are some times in the Bible where you will read about zeal, right? The idea of God appreciates our zeal. He wants us to be zealous for obedience, zealous for his to do what he wants, zealous for prayer, zealous for service. You know, it means they have good energy, do it immediately. We used to have a CD that had the 7 chivalrous virtues or whatever they are, and one of them was obedience, and it was they had a little rhyme that said, slow obedience is no obedience, right? And it was the idea, like, if you know what you're supposed to do, go do it. And that was it. I think that's all great, right? There's actually a story in the Bible where a guy, I can never remember where it is or who it is, but it's basically a guy who the prophet says, okay, so smack this, I think it was take this and smack the rock, or I can't remember what, but basically it's like, if you do that, then you'll win victory. And he just kind of like half-arsed it and just smack whatever. And the prophet basically equated that to a really slipshod halfway measure, that he really didn't either have faith or he didn't believe it or he wasn't obedient. And the prophet basically goes, listen, you're not going to get full victory because you didn't have enough zeal, essentially, right? Yeah, Gideon was full of fearful trepidation. Exactly. Exactly. It was 3 times. I just couldn't remember who it was, but it was his lack of zeal caused a problem. And often throughout scripture, you'll connect zeal to obedience and zeal to worship, and it's all good, right? Jesus is zealous for God. He comes in, and that's one of the reasons he clears out the temple, because he has just such a heart for prayer, and he wants to clear out all the bad guys. Like, it's zeal. We don't see that here, right? We don't see that here. What we see is Gideon, who starts out afraid and continues to be afraid, and then does what he's told, but does it at night so that he doesn't get in trouble. What I don't see here is God or anyone else coming down and going, you lose your blessing, or I'm not picking you because you're afraid, or I'm not, removing you, or I'm going to go find someone else, right? Sometimes that it kind of goes like that, but because of the situation that he was in, right? The Midianites are really horrible. They've been oppressing for 8 years. They are violent, and they steal everything, and nobody in the community can deal with them. And so Gideon, he steps forward in faith, he steps forward in obedience, but he does it with great fear, with trepidation, because he's going against his family, right? He's going against the entire community. He's pulling down, like, it would be equivalent, like if God said, okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go to the local cemetery, and I want you to pull down all of the crucifixes that are there, like all the ones with Jesus that are hanging on the cross. Just bust them all up and destroy them, okay? And I want you to put a picture of the risen the tomb of Christ right over top of those. So just bust them all up, destroy them, and then put them up. And then, would you do that, right? It's like, man, you get in trouble. You like serious issues would be coming down if you were caught destroying public property, sacred stuff that people had put up in the major religion of the land, that would like literally cause so many problems that people would try to kill you, right? Worse than that, this is, go to a Muslim country, right? Go to a Muslim country, walk up to the nearest mosque and like smash all the walls down and then stick a church on top. It's not a small thing he was asked to do. It was a very big, scary thing. And he did it, but he did it afraid. I think, and that's it, right? So sometimes fear and trembling are right. Think of the persecuted church. I think I've heard so many times from Christians, from leaders and stuff like that talk about, don't be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. I think some of these people have not really faced what true anxiety really is, right? They have not faced real terror, real issue, real you could die, or what it's like to have a brain that doesn't work properly and it's continuously leaving you in fight or flight mode, and you're consistently always worked up and everything is really scary, that it's hard for you. There are people who don't understand depression, right? That just getting up and getting in the shower and doing a one day going to work and coming home, that's it. That's all that's in the tank. You have nothing left. It took all of your effort. It was monumental to do that. I think there is, we need stories like this where we look at Gideon, who's afraid, doing it with fear, doing it anyway in obedience, but he's doing it in such a way that it is really hard for him. I think a lot of people on Twitch and a lot of people who are listening right now, you understand what it's like to try to be obedient to God, who feel like you know what God wants, but you are doing it with fear, right? Is this going to work? Am I going to get in trouble? Is my body going to keep going? What if I make a commitment and I don't follow through? What if I say something? I'm going to do something, and then all of a sudden my mental illness flares up and I can't do it. What if I step out in faith and someone gets mad at me and all of a sudden I'm having PTSD flashbacks? What if I go out there and I want to communicate for him, but I don't communicate well and I'm embarrassed? Like that idea of there is much trepidation in my heart, fear in my heart, and I'm worried, right? But you step out and do it anyway. Give yourself credit. I believe God honors that. Like I think what we see in scripture a lot is God using people who are not qualified. Like we all know that, right? They're not qualified. They're usually too young, too inexperienced, too, foreign, too poor, too uneducated, like just not the right people. He does that all the time. And I think one of the things that you can say is that he also uses people that are afraid, that have anxiety, that have great fears, and he takes them and brings them to a place where they can be of service if they're willing to just step out in faith anyway and do the thing, even if it's hard, even if it's scary. I've told you guys this story before, so I'm not going to say it a bunch of times, but you guys know my story of me preaching, right? Like I was never a public speaker. I never wanted to be a public speaker. I only ever wanted to work on the sound booth and do computer stuff. Like, do not put me on stage, because it's too scary. And it was through a couple miracles and a couple mentors and some crazy stuff that I ended up in the pulpit for the first time. And I was so scared and so sick and so bad at it. Like every part of it was miserable. And yet I was so dependent on God. I'm like, God, I'm gonna actually die if I get up there unless you keep me alive, because it's just terrifying. So I go up there and I give the sermon, and then I'm done. And it turns out that, I get invited back, and then I get invited to someone else. And then for 16 years, I'm a preacher. For the first 10, I am absolutely wrecked. I was in the bathroom every Sunday, like for 10 straight years, because it was so scary. There was a lot of times in my ministry where I'd have to go to a meeting, or I'd have to go to the hospital, or I'd have to go to do a funeral or something. And my heart was just like racing. It was scary stuff. I remember when I first started in my very first church, I'd never done communion, ever. I'd never done a baptism. I'd never led a worship service. I'd never done, I'd never been to a board meeting. Like, all of these things I'd never done. I went from not having a clue to having a seminary degree to, my theology is fine, and I can study well. But now I'm in charge of a church and I've never done any of it. I was so nervous, scared the whole time. And it forced me to continuously depend on God, continuously depend on him. It kept me studying, it kept me reading, it kept me seeking God's word and seeking experts and reading how to be a, good church books and all kinds of stuff because of the fear. It became the fuel by which I was able to step into the role that God had given me, and try to do it as best I could, because I knew I couldn't do it myself. I'm guessing that there's probably some people out here right now that are in a similar situation, right? You have been asked, you feel like you've been called to do something, or you have a skill, or you have a gift, or you have an opportunity, but you're really scared. You're scared to step forward in it. It's nerve-wracking for you. Might I suggest that you can use that fear as fuel? God's not upset with you because you're afraid. God's not angry at you because you're nervous about it. God's not upset with Gideon because he did it at night because he was terrified of his family, right? He honored his obedience. He moved forward at the pace he was able to move forward, when he was able to move forward, and did what he was told, even though he was scared. I think there's something in there for all of us. Hi, River. Good to see you. Hi, Shroom. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. How's it going? Knowing that your sister told your dad you talked to your cousin, he told you not to, total terror. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Family stuff, right? Janelle says, I'm extremely introverted by nature, so being in social groups, any sort of public speaking, streaming, or even being the expert in the room always makes me nervous. Even when I'm told I do well, or even if I really enjoyed the thing, there's part of me that's like, yeah, let's not do that ever again. Yeah, I know that feeling. Like, there are pastors out there that will go on stage, do their thing, and they'll get down, and that will have energized them for, you're doing good. Oh, good one, man, because last time we talked, Shroom, you were, post tests and stuff, and you were pretty tired. So I'm glad you're doing well. Makes me happy, right? So, but there are ministers or preachers or leaders or whatever communities that will when they're done talking, they're energized. They go down there and they're schmoozing with people, and it's great. They love it. Other people like me, it takes all the juices of my life to get through just the service part at the front, and then afterwards I just want to go crawl in a hole for 3 days because I've used it all up. I've just used it all up, and it's such a river.exe still loading. Okay, all right, we can wait. But yeah, it's a big deal. Hi, Double Pixel, good to see you. How you doing? I want to keep going. There's the next part that I want to get to, because I think there's another application in here for us. Crush says, how do you determine where you feel God is actually calling you towards something and just something else, not for selfish type reasons, just not sure if it's God pushing or just just wanting to do it? Well, I would say there's nothing wrong with wanting to do something, right? God's will isn't like a bullseye. God's will is more like a forest, right? The Garden of Eden. There is lots of good things you can do within the Garden of Eden. Just, whatever you want. There's like a bad choice though. Don't do that one. I think that's more like how God's will is. So if you're interested and you want to do it, try it. Nothing wrong with that. But if you're asking the question, how do I know God's specific will for my life? I'll tell you two things. One, you know it by obeying what you already know. Step one, do what you already know you're supposed to be doing, which is in scripture, right? Repent and seek and listen and go to study your scriptures and submit to eldership and serve your church and bear one another's burdens and mortify sin and, all the things that you already know what to do in the Bible. Do that first. As you're doing that, the more specific stuff will become more clear. So are you doing what you already know you're supposed to be doing? The second thing is there is ways to kind of work through the specific will of God and go, so what is happening in my life right now? What's kind of the pointing? What are things pointing at? What kind of things do I feel like God is pointing me at? Second is my spirit inside. What is my heart saying? What is my spirit saying? What do I feel like God is saying to me? The third one is what are mature Christians saying to me? I'm going to ask mature Christians, people that know me, people that know God, people that know the Bible, and I'm going to ask them to confirm what I feel and what I think I see. And then does it line up with scripture? So because if it lines up with scripture, you've got mature Christians that are affirming you in it. You feel like in your heart this is the right thing. You feel a conviction, and then things around you seem to be pointing that way. You can be fairly sure that that's kind of where God wants you to go. But if you wait for this perfect bullseye thing before you're doing anything else, you're gonna miss it, because there's probably a bunch of stuff that you already know you should be doing and that you're not doing that you could be doing already. You know what I mean? But there's nothing wrong with trying stuff. Okay, sure, Dragon. I'm wide open. Just hit me with a DM and I'm more than happy to chat. Yeah, okay. So the next part here, I kind of want to get into it just a little bit, because there was something interesting in here. Let me read. This is the next part of the story. So when the men of town rose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was broken down, the Asherah beside it was cut down, and the second bull was offered on the altar that had been built. And they said to one another, who's done this thing? And after they searched and inquired, they said, Gideon, the son of Joash, has done this thing. And then the men of town said to Joash, bring out your son that he might die, for he has broken down the altar of Baal and cut down the Asherah beside it. Right? So the thing that he was afraid of was his family was going to cause him problems, and all of a sudden the whole entire town is called, he's up, everybody's mad at him. And so his dad, the bull that he killed was his dad's, the pole that he pulled down was his dad's. All these things were happening in his house, And so what's going to happen? What is the dad going to do? The assumption is dad's going to, be like, sure, I agree, you should kill this kid, he's the worst. But that's not what happened. Verse 31. But Joash said to all who stood against him, will you contend for Baal? Will you save him? Whoever contends for him shall be put to death by morning. If he is a god, let him contend for himself, because his altar has been broken down. Therefore, on that day, Gideon was called Jerubbaal, it means one who contends with Baal. That is to say, let Baal contend against him, because he broke down his altar. So what we see is the dad actually goes, listen, if he's a real god, let Baal fight for himself. I'll kill anybody who steps against my son in the name of Baal, because you should let him do that. You should let Baal do that. See how impotent Baal is, or see how powerful Baal is. Let's go. Let's see what happens. And so it ends up, Gideon is known now as having this moment to pull down this altar, and that Baal's against him. So it's like Baal is his enemy. Baal is going to curse him. Let's just watch and see what happens in Gideon's life once Baal gets a hold of him. And nothing happens, right? Nothing happens. Yes, okay, no problem, Shroom. I'm happy to answer any questions you want. Denali said, I like the Lutheran approach to vocation. Oh, you got married? Congratulations. You're called to be a husband. Oh, you got a job? You're called to be an employee. You want to take an opportunity you don't see, as long as it doesn't conflict with your higher callings, Christian parent, spouse, have at it. Yeah, and that's really, yeah, exactly. That's how most people live. I keep telling people, dude, you're not Martin Luther. You're not John Calvin. You're not Hudson Taylor. You're not, you're not the first person to translate the Bible. It's not that's not you. You're just normal dude. And so your options are very, very wide open. It's so don't get so stressed out about it. You'll be all right. Gideon's father's name, says Crispy, Joash, with that Joe prefix, indicates that there was some cultural background that was still aware of and reverent to the Lord. Yo! They were still...
Hey you XtianNinja and folks. Happy to be here for another month and grateful for your ongoing ministry. Keep up the amazing work for the kingdom, brother.
Thank you, Shadow Tuner. I very appreciate that. Thank you for the sub. 16 months, my dude. Thank you. Very, very, very cool of you to come in, drop the sub, and say hello. Thank you for the blessing. You're awesome. Much appreciated, my bud. And yeah, you're right. Because, yeah, they still are Jewish, right? That's the thing. They're still Jewish, says Crispy Hexagon, and they are. And they knew the stories. Somehow they knew the stories. We learned that at the very beginning, is that, Gideon knew the stories. He knew why isn't God doing what he did in Egypt? He'd been told. So somewhere in his family, they'd known this stuff, but they were too scared to do anything about this altar of Baal. But as soon as Gideon steps up, suddenly his dad steps up too, right? His dad steps up too. Blue Stream. So what's exactly going on? Okay, so let me give you a quick context for this. Essentially, what you have is, you remember the story of Moses. So Moses comes and the Israelites are taken out of bondage, and they go to Mount Sinai, and they become the people of God, Yahweh, they become the people of God, the Jews, the Israelites, and they go off to conquer the promised land and whatnot. Of course, the first generation dies. You probably know that story. Second generation crosses, and they go in to take over the promised land. That's the entire book of Joshua, right? They do battle. They take over the places that God has given them in this great victory. Okay, so boom, you got the whole thing where they've taken over the promised land. Sort of, basically, they compromised, and they let a bunch of the people they were supposed to kick out stay. Those people start to persuade and to infect the faith of the Jewish people. Moses dies, Joshua dies, there's nobody else in charge anymore, and so all the tribes of Israel, they all kind of just do whatever they feel like. They end up forgetting who God is. They don't tell their kids who God is. They leave bad guys around. The bad guys take over. All of a sudden, they're being conquered like crazy. Years and years of famines and years of war happening, and they just get completely crushed. God raises up what's called a judge. So it's not a king, and it's not like a prophet. It's a judge, a guy who stands up, and usually they're a military leader. That military leader comes in, says, "Guys, repent." God, stop. You got to remember that God has this. We should turn back from all the pagan stuff we're doing and come back to God. They do. And Israel takes the judge, goes forward and conquers the bad guy, and the bad guy gets kicked out. And for the entire life of that judge, things are fine. There's blessing, and he's taking care of them, and people come to him, and he's he's kind of the leader. But then he dies, and it happens again. Everybody just completely forgets that God exists and falls back into sin and builds all the pagan stuff back, and then you just repeat this cycle over and over and over and over. And that's the book of Judges. Right now, we're in like the third loop. So this is the time where instead of the whatever other army, the Midianites, have come in. They've taken over the land. They've taken over the promised land. They are oppressing God's people. They're taking all of their stuff and all of their food and all of their cattle and just pillaging them. And now God calls Gideon. This is a man who is terrified, scared of all the things because their Midianites are so scary. And God says, "Okay, I want you to start rebelling against this." And he starts the first night by saying, "Go tear down the Asherah pole and go tear down the Baal, altar to Baal, which are two pagan gods, and then put mine on top of it," right? Show that you worship me and me alone. And that's what he did, right? And so that's what we're talking about now. So what happens the next day is that, the whole town wants to kill him, and his dad basically says, "Listen, you don't need, if you want to kill my son, let Baal kill him." Well, the point that I wanted to make here, and what kind of leapt to my mind, is the reminder that our God doesn't need defense. Okay? If you are upset on behalf of God, you don't need to be. If you feel like you need to take revenge on behalf of God, if you feel like you need to hate on behalf of God, if you feel like you need to come to Jesus' defense when someone says something bad against him, you don't. We're not an honor-based religion. There are other honor-based religions in the world that if you do anything to their prophet, or you do anything to their statue, or you do anything to their whatever, they'll kill you because they have to come to the defense of their God or whatever. Our God's not like that. Our God takes care of himself. He's very, very patient, not infinitely, but he's very, very patient, and he's very, very long-suffering. And he says, in the end, I will be the one who metes out perfect judgment and perfect mercy on anybody that I want to properly. You people who are following me, you won't do it right. You'll either do too much or too little, or you'll do it wrong to the wrong person. So don't go out there seeking revenge. Don't go out there, fighting for my honor. Don't go out there and cause vengeance for yourself. I will take care of all of that. You go out there and share love. Love your enemy. Love those who persecute you. Do good to them. And as you do good to them, leave the rest, all the negative stuff, all the difficult stuff, leave that to me, right? I'll take care of that. That's the kind of religion we have. We have a God that can contend for himself, and does, and will in the end make it perfectly. That's Joash here is very wise in saying, okay, just like back when we were reading Elijah, the story of Elijah, right? That fine, if Baal's real, let's build an altar to Baal here. We'll build an altar to Yahweh here. We'll bring our sacrifices, and whichever one burns up, that's the real God. And so the 700 Baal worshipers are dancing around and doing everything and cutting themselves and doing everything religious they could possibly do to make Baal do something. He never shows up. One of the best lines in scripture is when Elijah looks over and he goes, "Maybe your God's on the toilet." That's one of the best lines in scripture. And God, when it's God's turn, right? He goes, okay, Elijah prays, and it just destroys. It burns everything. Like, it burns the rocks. It burns everything. God shows up in a massive way. That's exactly what's happening here. Joash is saying, listen, if Baal can fight for himself, then let him. And so therefore, don't be fighting for him. Let's see what happens. That's smart. You don't need to defend God. You don't need to be upset on his behalf. And if you wonder what you should be doing when it comes to all the people who set themselves against Christians and are upset with Christians, the answer is in Scripture. It's love them, serve them, do good to those who hurt you, walk another mile with them, give them if they've stolen from you, do generous things for them, be kind for them. In that way, you'll be pouring ashes on their head, or in other words, you'll be showing how awful they are by giving them good in exchange for their evil. God doesn't need our defense. That's the last thing I kind of wanted to point at, because I thought it was really important. Ukulele says, perhaps that's part of it. If people know he's such a timid person, the fact that he is fighting for it gives it more weight. Yeah, I think, I don't know if he's more afraid than anybody else, because everybody is hiding. Everybody, it actually says, I think up here, the people of Israel did what was evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord gave them to the hands of the Midian 7 years, and the hand of Midian overpowered Israel. Because of Midian, the people of Israel made for themselves the dens that are in the mountains and the caves and the strongholds. Like, everybody's hiding, right? That's the thing. Everybody's hiding. They're all terrified. So I don't know if he's extra scared, but he's definitely one of the scared, right? And it just took one to stand up and go, what if we just listen to God? What if that happens, right? And then he just, as he's called, he tests and he checks and he makes sure, and he does it anyway, even though he's scared. That's the mission. And then the people that, like the God that the people had been worshiping, Asherah and Baal, shows how terribly impotent they are by not even coming to their own defense. And that bolsters the Israelites to go, well, if he's not real and he's not going to come to his own defense, and then as Gideon starts to talk about and raise up an army, suddenly it becomes legitimate. It becomes real, because now they don't have to be afraid of Baal. They don't have to be afraid of Asheroth. They start to think, well, the only one who's real is God, is Yahweh. DJ says, I imagine Elijah telling the Baal prophets, maybe your God forgot to wake up their alarm or something. Yeah. Isn't that funny? It's so funny. All right, let me pray again, and then we'll jump into the question of the day. God, thank you for your love, and thank you that you understand our weakness and you work within it. You call us in places that we are deeply unable to do, things that we just can't do. We don't have the ability, we don't have the wisdom, the intelligence, the strength, and yet you do that so that we can depend on you, and you can see you working in us. That everyone looks at us, they don't see us, they see you, because it's a miracle that we were able to do it. Thank you for glorifying yourself through us in that way. And I pray for anybody who is upset on your behalf, that you would show them that they don't need to be, that you are perfect in vengeance and perfect in justice. And our job is to love. Help us to love our neighbors and love our enemies and love those who persecute us, love those who are difficult, and to do the hard thing even if we're scared. Simply because we trust that you know better than us. In Jesus' name, amen.
The question of the day.
Question of the day, QOTD, exclamation point QOTD, if you're curious. It is simply, what scary thing have you done because you had to? What scary thing have you done because you had to do it? Shadow Tuner, sorry, was working some. Not sure you mentioned this yet, but this is this idea I've heard before that the lion doesn't need defending. Yeah, the lion doesn't need defending. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. It really is. The people who get mad on God's behalf, to your point, Shadow, they believe their God is impotent. They believe that they can fight for their God because their God can't fight for themselves, right? Like, the bigger your view of God, the more you can let go that anger, that vengeance against people who are upset with God or upset with Jesus. Like, it's, if you think that Jesus is kind of like your buddy, or he's the big guy upstairs, or you talk to him twice, you know, on Christmas and Easter, then when someone insults your God, you're like, oh, how dare you insult my culture, or whatever. You get all upset. But if you actually have a relationship with God, you've seen his power, you've seen his love, you've seen his forgiveness, you've seen his justice, then you just kind of go, you know what? God can take care of you if he wants to. He can either convert you to a Christian and then forgive you, or in the end he will cast you into eternal fire in hell, and therefore that's more than enough. So I don't have to add to that. Talk to a friend about her living situation. Oh, and it was something that, like, you had to confront, as in, like, she was in a rough place, or like, why was that scary? Dragon says, giving up my nomadic lifestyle in exchange to take care of my dad here in Texas. Yep, that would be scary. Although, you know, having to take care of someone, you know, signing up to take care of someone for a long time, that is nerve-wracking, because you don't know how long it'll be, and it's really hard on your heart. So yeah, that's scary. What have you done? What scary thing have you done because you had to? Yep, 100%. He's fully sufficient and was doing just fine long before he brought you and I to life. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. He's doing just fine. He didn't need us. That's true. Move to a different state because job prospects and the economy. That would be scary. Yep. We moved out here, out east. You know, how many years ago? 20 years ago? I don't know, a long time ago. And yeah, it felt adventurous at the time, but man, it's been such a lot of difficulty being far away from family and far away from friends and far away from our roots. It's been rough sometimes. Tam says she was doing something that took God's name in vain. I was afraid if I talked to her that she wouldn't be my friend anymore and I'd get in trouble. Oh, in her living situation. Interesting. I don't know how that works, but if you felt convicted to talk to her, is she a Christian? Is that why you felt like you needed to confront her, because she was a Christian? But it was a question of number 1, take care of mom with all her medical issues. Yep, scary. Give assistance to a telephone engineer who fell off a telephone pole right in front of me. I remember you talking about that. That would be nerve-wracking. Just thump. Help someone whose dog got run over in front of me. You stepped in. Yeah, that's hard. Those moments, like when you have a little bit of time, like Gideon was given a little bit of time, right? So do this thing. And he was like, oh, I'll do it later. Right? But when that thing comes out of nowhere and it just lands in your lap like that, and you're like, here, someone help. Boom. That is a real test of character, a real test of whether or not you believe what you believe. Christian? Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense, Tam. I'm glad you did that then, because it is hard to do, and I don't know very many people who will literally walk up to another Christian and be like, what you're doing, I believe, is wrong, and here's the verse. That's rare. Dragon Roll Plus, I was also giving up on the only life I ever knew. That was nomadic. All I knew was nomadic lifestyle, so I didn't know how to live in one place. And that would be, yeah. I'd imagine you had itchy feet for a little while there. Like, it would have been really hard. Like, as soon as your brain just kind of goes, okay, time to go, and you can't. That would have been a hard first or second or third time. I'm gonna sit down. I could feel God poking me. He was really poking me. It was like the time I was rude to some young Mormon missionaries and he wanted me to go back and apologize. Okay, yeah, there you go. A sensitive conscience is a good thing, but a lot of people don't like it. You know what I mean? Having that sensitive conscience that makes it so that you just kind of, nah, I don't want to do that. You feel like you're on the fence. It could go good, could be bad. And you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't need to do that. A lot of people don't grasp that. They really don't. Hydraulic microphone? No, hydraulic desk. Entire desk. I love it, man. I stand up at the beginning of every stream for as long as it takes, usually an hour and a half. and it was the difference. When I first started and I only had like my desk, it didn't go anywhere. It was probably 2.5 months before I started to feel really, really sore. Like my knees, my back, my whole thing, because it was just sitting here for the whole time. I felt really terrible. But now what I do is I stand for the first part, sit down. I'm ready to sit down. I'm good. I can play for a little while. And then if I want to keep streaming, and I've done it a few times, I stand back up. Like after a couple hours, I'll just stand back up and I'll game and I'll do whatever during the stream, standing up, and it'll let me keep going for a little while. It's actually super cool that I can do that. DJ says, hello, question, how are you? Question of the day? There nothing really comes to mind. I'm doing okay. Actually, no, you what? To be fair, Dragon, DJ, I mean, I'm tired today, and I feel, I don't know, you ever get that feeling where you're on the edge of tears? Like you're on the edge of just kind of a breakdown. It's not there, and you're like, I'm fine, I'm continuing on, I'll keep moving like the day is normal. But you're like, if something happens, if I get tipped over one way or the other, yeah, it's gonna be easy to be knocked over today. So that's kind of how I'm doing today. I woke up and I was tired right away, and then I stepped out, and just like last night, weird. I'm watching an anime called Black Clover, and it's just like this shonen power anime, cool team, very good. Like if you like Fairy Tail, you'll like Black Clover. And it I can't tell you how many times it chokes me up, man. I'm like, why is this choking me up? This is just it's a goofy cartoon, but he's just such a good character, man. It's just such a good show. Yeah, exhaustion does that. It could be. I have been seeing a lot of stars lately. You know those fireflies you see when your blood pressure's too high, and you stand up and all of a sudden it's like that. Been seeing that a lot more lately. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Yeah, Black Clover is good. I thought I need to sit down sometime and actually write down all the animes I've seen that I thought were really worth it, because whenever somebody's like, "Oh, you watch anime? What?" I'm like, I don't remember. Whatever I'm watching right now. That's high blood pressure, unfortunately. Could happen when it's low, I don't know. But it's high blood pressure for me. Is it low? I don't think it's low blood pressure. I've never had low blood pressure in my life. But I have been checked multiple times by the doctor, and my blood pressure is fine. It's just stress, a lot of stuff, just a lot of things all at once. And my body can only take so much. That My Hero Academia, yeah, it's the same thing for me. Get choked up watching, dude. Yeah, with Midoriya, the stuff that'll happen to him, and how like him trying really hard or whatever. Pots. Is that supposed to be PTist? I don't know what POTS is. I get exhausted and weak when I stress too much. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty used to stress. It's hard, weird to say, but I am pretty used to stress. I mean, I've been, through a lot over the last while, and a lot in the last couple of years, last few years. And so I'm just kind of used to a normal level of terror at all times. And it's just normal life for me. But sometimes my body just gets tired, and my brain can't take it no more. There have been times, and I think about this often. Man, I think about coming in here and just going, guys, let's just play a game. Can I just play a game today? Because I'm not feeling it. I'm too tired to think or do anything else. I'm like, you can't do that. That's not what I'm here for. My gift is not in the area of gaming. I'm not here to serve you guys through watching me play. I'm here to serve you guys through, using the gifts and abilities God has given me, so that I can talk to you guys and hear from you, and we can grow as a community. So that's why I always come in and do it anyway. And I'm always happy I do. I think I'd feel really crappy if I just jumped straight into a game and never talked about the Bible and never talked about God stuff. It'd be yucky. Yeah, what's POTS, Samus? For me, it's related to head stuff. I halo and get optic migraines. Oh, optic migraines, no good. Born with low blood pressure? Yeah, I've never haloed. I've never done any of that. I've gotten a few headaches from the last little while, but I'm pretty sure it's just because Easter candy is delicious. At least focus on what I'm doing. Yeah, I did that when I was serving in church once. Oh no, really? I get that sometimes on stream. You can, I think you guys can basically tell when I'm stressed out or when I'm whatever, things aren't going well, because I can't remember anything. Like, you know, I'll reach for a word and it's not there. That's basically how, you know, then you'll know that I'm a little off. I had such a kind thing happen to me. Someone in the community, they saw that day where we were like, there's no food in the fridge and there's no food in the other fridge and there's no food. And like, I'm gonna have lunch, and I lifted up my plate, and it was, I just had 5 little pieces of cheese and a glass of water, and I'm like, yep, that's food. All right, bye, DJ. Have a good sleep, man. Appreciate it. And they sent me a message, and it's like, well, we can't have you just eating 5 pieces of cheese for so they sent me gift certificates for a local shop that makes microwave food. It's very cool. It's a very healthy microwave food, and so we just went and bought a ton of it. So that if we're ever at the place where we don't have the food, or we can't cook, or it's too stressed, or some emergency happens, we can just microwave something, and it's actually good. It's got good food. Post-orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Postural. Sitting posture. Orthostatic. Something to do with your bones. Orthodontic. Orthopedic. Your feet. Postural. So how you stand with your feet. Tachycardia. That's how your heart beats. Syndrome. Your heart being goofy because you stand too much. Is that did I riddle that out? Oh, I figured out how to eat my chocolate eggs without getting hit with IBS. I drank some baking soda and water with them. Oh man, that's commitment. Oh, you literally told me that I didn't even read to the bracket, Samus. That's so funny. Standing up too fast makes your heart beat really fast. No, it's not it. It's just no, maybe sometimes, but I don't know. Let's not talk about that too much because it's weird. Let's talk about you and all the stuff you guys have been doing. It's such a fun. I was just sat down and talked to my mentor for a while, and I call him my mentor because he's a older man than me who has been down the road that I've been walking, and he's 20 years ahead of me in it. The stuff that I'm suffering with outside the door and stuff and new ministry stuff, and he's a pastor and he's a preacher. All the things that I kind of am, he's 20 years ahead. And so he's an invaluable resource to me, and he had a lot going on. He changed churches and whatnot. And so for the last 3 years, we really haven't talked to each other hardly at all. And he called me, like he texted me. He's like, I'll be in town in a half an hour. You want to have coffee? And I'm like, yes. Like, I know I'm going to be late for stream. I know I'm going to be, unprepared, but yeah, let's talk. And so we were able to sit there and have a conversation with the guy. Hi, Ladgate. Good to see you. And always helpful. I was able to catch him up, right? Obviously I talked a lot and kind of caught him up on all the stuff happening around, and was asking him, like how do you communicate this, and how do you network properly, and how do you help, and what. And he was super helpful, giving me good suggestions. Then he gave me a practical, like, I can introduce you to some people. So that was pretty nice. But it just felt good to kind of sit there and unburden myself and have a chat about the really rough stuff with somebody who has been there and knows what's going on, and he knows not to give a bunch of advice, and he's not going to drop a bunch of Bible verses on me because he don't need to. He just is a good guy. He's just a good guy, good pastor, good friend. They meant a lot. I hope does anybody else here have one of those? Do you guys have a senior Christian or person who's walked further down the road with you that is struggled with what you're currently struggling with? Do you have that? Samus Wire, you already got it. That's cool, nerd. Thank you for helping. You rule. Yeah, there you go. I've been building a floating castle in the Taco Network Minecraft server. It's almost done. Have you really? Oh, fun. That's cool. Tam says, I actually like baking soda and water. It's salty. I'm a sodium junkie that can get away with it because of my blood pressure. Oh, really? I don't think I could do that. Like, I tried brushing my teeth with baking soda for a while there because they said that that's good for you. Oof. Oof. Did not like that at all. Happened to me a couple times. Not fun. I'm gonna die here. Oh, BP was low. I don't think I've ever had low BP. I don't think that's a thing. No, my mentors are dead. That's kind of sad. Nope. Most people I know don't. I think that's one of the reasons that God put me on Earth, is because I have the ability and the experience to have gone through a lot of stuff people have gone through. Like, I know what it's like to face a lot of bad things. And I've been given biblical training and experience. I've worked through all kinds of different rough stuff. And so therefore, I am further down the road than a lot of people in a bunch of ways. And so given the opportunity, I'd love, sitting and chatting with you, if you ever want to do that, and you've got stuff going on in your head and in your heart, and you just want to talk about it and whatever, I'm not going to give you a bunch of advice, and I'm not going to like dump all over you, but I'd be happy to sit and talk to you. I have a hard time with collabs, and I have a hard time, doing other extra things, but spending a little bit of time chatting with somebody just because you wanted to unburden yourself and have a talk, that I make time for, because that's the reason I'm here. River says, at my current place, no. It's a weird of late in the last few years. I felt like I'd been the elder, though not the one gone to, just one of the elders, but I'm also one of the older people at GSC. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the elders that I've known in the past, the good ones anyway, they always feel disqualified because they're like, yeah, I've got too much going on in my heart. I'm too sinful. I'm too whatever. And usually what it is that, it's just that level of humility that keeps them from obedience. And the trick to know whether or not the person is elder material is if they're already doing the elder job. Okay. This is the life hack. If someone's out there and they are giving advice and they are giving biblical counsel and they do care about people and they are visiting with people and they are teaching already, and that's sort of what they're doing already because it's just naturally flowing out of them, like because they do love people, because they do care about the community, because they do care about the church, because they do care about the Bible, because they are obedient to Jesus, right? All these things are already happening. You just kind of go, that's an elder. You're already doing it, elder. Anyway, so that's your how to find an elder life hack. Also, no, trying to find anyone who has experience with him. Dialysis is diabetes, is the same exact time. That is very hard to find. I mean, in the like for me, yeah, I know I'm a unicorn, and so finding someone like me is very, very hard. What if those elders are bad with their family? Well, no, they still have to be qualified, dude. Yes, yes. Obviously, there is a list of qualifications for elder. I'm not saying that you just automatically grab that person, but I will. But they will also have a good reputation. That's the thing about the reason that they're getting called, asked for help, the reason that they're good teachers, the reason that they're out loving people, the reason, because they have a good reputation, right? Usually, yes, there are people that will abandon their families and whatnot and then go, minister, and it's wrong. And it's, but I'm talking about people that have, part of it's a good reputation. That's literally a qualification of eldership. But you're right. You got to be careful. I am someone's mentor, and that's still strange to me. She's a Mormon. Yeah, well, there you go, man. Who mentors the mentors? The mentor. They're supposed to have one. Everybody, like, if you go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a psychiatric whatever, they all have a psychiatrist or a counselor themselves. And that one has one, and that one has one. Why do they do that? Because they figured out that if they don't, then they're going to crater. They'll do something stupid and blow up their entire life. So you have to have them, somewhere for them to unload. And in the same way, if you're a mentor and you're a good mentor, you have to have a mentor. Like, if you believe in mentorship and you believe in speaking into people's lives, and you believe that there are people who you can help lead because you see things they don't, then you darn well better believe that about yourself. And you better be able to sit there with somebody who actually does the same thing for you. My dad does dialysis 3 times a week. My whole family is type 2. That's rough, dude. Hey, well, there you go, River. River and Dragon. You guys can become best buddies who can help each other, because there's a lot. Are you both in the States? River, are you in the US? Crispy X gone. There's a few notable saints and church father who did that, abandoned their kids and baby mama. Yeah, there are, and they shouldn't have. And they blame God for it. God told me to give up on my family and go, be famous. No, I don't think he did. Well, there you go. So maybe Dragon, if you guys can have maybe you guys can help each other. Like, I know you're not in the same state, but maybe River knows some stuff you don't, and vice versa. I don't know. I want him to do the matchmaking here, because like Dragon said, you guys are hard to find. So if there's a way that you guys can talk, great. Maybe you guys can be friends, find each other on Discord. No pressure, but there you go, Dragon. Someone. Yeah, but you don't have to travel. You guys can talk over Discord. It's a whole thing. It's great. So that was okay. That's Devo. Do you guys want to jump into a game, or like, I want to always say before we do that, to remind you, this is always an AMA. Ask me anything. My life is an open book, and I'm happy to help in whatever way I can. I've got counseling training, and was a pastor for a long time. I was a preacher, Bible teacher. I've had PTSD. I've been through abuse. I did bullying. I've dealt with mental health issues and rough stuff in the family and whatnot. So if you have anything you want to talk about, I'm happy to do so. But before, if there's nobody that wants to do that, that's super cool. I'll just jump into the game. But I want to make sure that you, if you're something on your heart, something on your mind that we can talk about, I'm here for it. Will you hug Florgenduber? He's all the way over there. Maybe I should keep him somewhere else. My clock's broken. There you go. He done been squooshed. What happened to my clock? Why is everything broken? Okay, I'm gonna load up the game. If you're new here, we're playing a game called Even More Than Getting Them. Oh, that's funny. I'm not a huggy guy, and I've never been a huggy guy. It's just never been my jam. Hey, Nurse Nerd, yeah, I think there's a lot of us on Twitch specifically. I think God, and I've come to the realization that God has brought me through some stuff, and he gave me experiences that were very, very, very difficult, so that I can have, a voice in people's lives that other people don't have, right? And experiences to be able to give counsel to people that otherwise would not be able to get counsel, because I have the credit to be able to say, yeah, I know what that feels like. I know what it sucks. And let's talk about that. I've tried to exercise, and I'm interrupted every single day. It sucks. Every day. And I feel really unhealthy right now. So it'd be better. I will never understand this. I have so many issues getting into the Discords of late. Oh, really? Are you... Yeah, well, if you're in the Taco Discord, it should be automated. My Discord is not automated, but the Taco Discord is. Wait, is that one unable to accept? Please tell me it's not. Whoops. Let me see. Just pulling it up. Works for me. Works for me. Thank you for the lurk, Sneaky Pigs. I appreciate that. Off my society in general. I'm a huggy guy. Gets me in trouble. I mean, guys, right now, showing affection in this world, it's not something people want. And it's really hard if you're a physical touch person and you're a guy these days. It's got to be nearly impossible for you to really get that sense of love. There's a lot of guys out there. I remember being in church a while back. Nope, that one. I remember being in church a while back, and I thought the handshake thing at the very beginning of church was like, hey, everybody, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Everybody stand up and greet each other. I always thought that was so dumb. I'm like, we just greeted each other in the other room. Why are we doing it again in here? And I'm like, I was dissonant and whatever. And I'm like, that's so silly. Why would we do that? It makes no sense, blah, blah, blah. And a guy actually looked at me and he's like, listen, bud, the only time anybody touches me during the week is during that handshake time. I am alone and nobody comes anywhere near me, and I work where I work. We can't exactly be hugging it up there. So the only time I get physical contact from another human being is with that handshake. And I'm like, okay, I will shut up then, because I should not be speaking out of ignorance. So yeah, it's got to be rough. Tam says, what still feels so very strange is realizing that I'm sitting here talking to you guys and also having a meeting with my employer over WhatsApp. Are you really? Hopefully you're giving them a little bit more attention than you're giving us. That's funny. Denali, it seems like the online space is particularly appealing to people with some level of past trauma. Yes, it's the anonymity making it easier to talk. Also, it's the fact that you can control it. Denali, you can turn it on and turn it off when you want to. One of the things about the social anxiety thing is that if you step into if you're about to step into a meeting or into a restaurant or whatever like that, there's a lack of control for when you can end. How am I going to escape? What if it goes sideways? How do I get out of here? Right? I'm stuck in a booth. I'm sitting next to somebody who I can't get out. You know, I got a ride here with someone. If I wanted to leave, I have to bring them with me. I'm going to be trapped. And that level of anxiety of being like, I can rally myself to get there, but the idea of being there and being stuck there and I can't get out is really, really, really agonizing. So one of the things about being online here is that you can dip into the conversation, and if it gets a little weird, you can dip out. If it's too loud, you can turn it down. If you're like, that's too intense, that's too cheesy, that's too whatever, you can dial in something that you actually like and can handle at the time. I think that's the bigger thing. Yes, of course, anonymity helps. But I think that the fact that people can control it, right? I can go in the Discord when I can handle it. I can respond to a message when I can handle it. I can go and chat with whoever on stream when I can handle it. Yeah, you need to multitask? Okay, cool. That's cool. The guy at the market that hugged me. First it was scary, realized he's careful to keep the hug safe. That's nice. Yeah, and not all guys are bad guys. That's the other thing. Just shove a Florgan tuber in her. Yeah. Sam says, I grew up with TV as my guardian. Sometimes seeing something on a monitor seems more real in a way. That's interesting. I grew up watching a lot of TV too. A lot of TV. I just didn't have friends. And, you know, it was so TV. But yeah, I don't know if it's more real. But like being thrust into being a Baptist pastor of a small church for 16 years, just kind of out of nowhere, was, you know, that it caused me to have to force myself to adjust and adapt and figure it out, right? You have to go to the hospital. You have to talk to people. You have to go to the meeting. You have to show up on Sunday. You have to, you know, be right with God. Like all these things, in order to be able to do the job properly and be able to connect to people and have meaningful faith and whatnot. Yeah, there's things you have to do. I can't just peter off and not do my devos. I can't just decide not to go to church one day. I can't just, you know, shrug off the meetings. It all has to happen. So how am I going to make it happen? Well, at the same time, trying not to freak out. You just learn how to cope, and you learn how to deal with it. And then you learn how afterwards to try to recover. The hard part is when it's coming on both ends, right? When you got to work and you start getting it home and there's nowhere to escape from it. Then it wears you down pretty quick. All right, let's get into Scarlet Nexus. I'm going to adjust my title here. All right. And then we're going to see if we can do a little bit of nexusing of the Scarlet. I'm far enough in now that I'm actually pretty excited about it. Oh, we did it. We finally got to the end of the batteries. That took a long time. Like an exceedingly long time. These things lasted forever. Like, kudos to them for putting together some good batteries. All right, see what we got. Let's do the green ones. No, let's do the white ones. Let's do the white ones. They're fun. More exciting, the white ones. I officially, in the last 2 months, I've gone from looking at something and being fine to doing the old one of those. I hate that. That is such an old man thing to do, to have to like lift your glasses a little bit or look over the edge, like the old, like over the edge thing like that. I hate that. I feel like such an ancient person. But hey, what are you gonna do? Thanks for the lurk. Just not see? Is that the plan? Just gonna not be able to see? Are these extra big batteries? No, they're good. Like, if they don't fit, they don't fit. No, you're just too dumb to put the lid on. You have looked over your glass. See, I never had to. Like, I have great vision, as my dentist, yeah, my optometrist once said. You have great eyes when you're wearing your glasses. Which, you know what? Yeah, it's true. I do. But now they're starting to get a little wobbly. No matter how old you get, I'm still going to be older than you. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All right, let's load up the game. It's getting a little intense. Not going to lie. It's getting a little intense. Yeah, that's right. He's a terrible dentist. All right, my team bond level is 1, which means I need to go buy some people some presents. Yeah, please.
Haruka, you were listening? Yeah,
I am psychic.
I agree with everyone. So I want you to know you can always talk to me.
Okay. Let's talk to her then. Nope. Nope, not what I wanted.
Friends. I've never wanted friends before, but...
Are we hearing her thoughts?
What I can do or think of by myself. I'll try to rely on other people a little more.
Difficult to agree with everyone. It could be, but I think I'm supposed to just buy them presents to make them happy.
So we failed the job that Seiran official gave us.
It was Kodama's fault. We couldn't help it. I never thought failing a mission would relieve me so much.
Let's bond with that guy. He seems like he wants to talk. Let's go. I'm surprised you'd be willing to thank someone. Let's go. Let's bond, shall we? Me and you, buddy. You're the biggest jerk in the team. Somehow you're not anymore.
Shiden?
Are you beating up?
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Kasane, I'm not doing anything.
If you're trying to hide it, why don't you go somewhere people can't see? It's hard to ignore what you're doing to that doll.
What? How long have you been watching?
You're standing right there, buddy.
A while. What's the point of this?
I don't need to be bossed around by you.
This is just small talk. We're teammates. Don't teammates talk like this?
Small talk? Okay, fine. This is called Baki.
He's really high-strung, that dude.
Naomi
Thank you,
liked it
Religate.
too.
My parents pushed it on me because it's popular.
Take
It's
your rest.
completely not my taste.
Thank you for being here.
Then why do you have it?
It's your fault.
What?
Huh?
Because I lost to you one-on-one. My parents are trying to cheer me up.
You told your family you lost?
Of course not. When I didn't reply for a while, they probably figured out what happened.
That's the thing. They're
messaging me nonstop
they can all kill
ever
you.
since. They even sent me this doll.
Aww.
They probably think I like it.
What jerks?
But that's just added pressure. That's why I don't want to reply. And just looking at the message notifications ticks me.
So you were taking it out on the doll?
Yeah. You got a problem with that?
This dude's a little
I
high-strung.
think that's better than taking it out on the people around you.
Although I can vibe with it a little bit, because if you really are frustrated and somebody like says, I don't know, maybe you haven't had the experience, but somebody says to you like, it'll be cool, we like you anyway, you're fine. you can either take it as thanks, Dragon. Right? You can take it either as thank you very much, I'm calmed down, or it could be like, you know, they noticed and now I feel more pressure because I'm supposed to look better because I'm stressing other people out. You know, yeah. Yeah, he's a little high strung. Scream into a pillow? I've never been a screamer, never been a puncher. I used back like really a long time ago. I remember breaking something when I was really angry. It was a Bare Naked Ladies CD, their very first album, and I broke it, Gordon, in my hand. And I remember thinking, that's stupid. I don't feel better. I'm still upset. And now I have a broken CD. I don't think breaking things is the way to really solve my problems. And so I never did it again. Yeah, better than putting a brick inside the pillowcase. I agree. I don't know what that means, but yes, don't do that.
Oh. So you weren't making fun of me?
Not for that.
What was that sound?
How are you doing? We haven't heard from you, so we've been worried. Your mother and father are always on your side. Your mother knows just how strong you are, little
They're the
Shiden.
worst.
Do your best and don't lose. I can't wait to hear from you. See you soon.
Worst mom
Did
ever.
you see that?
I'm sorry, but I did. She's a good mom.
These are the types of messages
Oh.
she keeps sending me. I'm a grown man now, but she keeps treating me like a kid.
Said the guy
You
having a
actually
full-born
messaged through the
tantrum.
terminal?
They pushed it on me. I mean, we can directly receive transmissions
more of you
through the
listening.
brain, but they want to go through all this trouble.
How you doing?
I don't understand why you're so resistant. You don't like being encouraged by your family?
How's your day?
I'm grateful, but sometimes it doesn't matter how hard you try. There's some things you just can't accomplish
Appreciate
no
you
matter
checking
how
in,
much
bud.
they expect you to. So when they keep telling me to do my best, it feels like they're blaming my inadequacy.
That's
You're so immature.
okay. That is baggage. This dude is projecting so hard he could literally be an IMAX theater. Like everything he thinks is all of his own. Oh, it's very anime, my dude. Very anime. Everything he thinks that is bad with him, he projects onto another person, and therefore anything anybody says, he only hears himself and the image that he has of himself coming back, even in compliments, right? Like it's like someone where you say, "I like your hair today," and what they hear is, "You hated my hair yesterday," right? There are people out there that legitimately can't hear what you're saying simply because their personal self-image or the way that they've been treated or all the crap that's going on in their heart and mind is so messed up that they can't actually hear the compliment. They can't actually feel the compliment. It's just rough. It's rough for them, right? But if you ever feel that, if all of a sudden you respond with like your nice shirt, and it's like, you didn't compliment my pants, or I like your you really drew that well. I really like that one. He doesn't like any of my other ones. Right? If you start thinking that, you have to start wondering, I might have a self-image problem. It might be some issues that I'm projecting onto others. It is. Oh, it's certain. It is certainly more rampant, because there's some people who will take it. They'll good at feigning that it's self-deprecating. Right? Be like, I'm self-deprecating, and it comes across as almost charming. But there is a lot inside of that self-deprecating humor. I was thinking about this the other day, and that is, the quote unquote boomer humor, the boomer humor. You can relate to it quite a bit. Well, I mean, I'm glad you can relate, but it's still hard though. Knowing that about yourself, it is really hard to fight against. I was thinking about that. Boomer humor, where you do the really bad marriage jokes or whatever in the comics and stuff. I often wonder now as I look at that, if I see like like women are like this or men are like this, old school, boomer humor. I wonder if it's hiding a trauma, an abuse, or like a really difficult situation that they do not have the function to be able to deal with. Yeah, the I hate my spouse jokes. They don't have the ability to deal with it, or they don't have the they're not allowed to deal with it, or they, you know, they have been given their, you know, whatever, and so they channel it into their art. They channel it into what they're doing, and so it you're seeing reality. You're seeing their real feelings from a comedic perspective, and they're using it for fun. But for them, I wonder if it's because they haven't been told how to deal with, like, their an abusive spouse. They haven't learned how to deal with, you know, family issues. They haven't learned how to deal with, you know, a rough growing up kind of thing. And because of that, they cope with humor. We know a lot of comedians. If you listen to comedians, they all say the same thing. We're all broken. We're all coping with humor, right? Yeah, and that's it. It has to ring true a little bit. Like, the funniest comedians are the ones that you can resonate with, that you know the situation they're talking about. If it's completely foreign, it's hard to grasp. But if you're kind of there with them, it's far more funny. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about that because it's so weird for us as humans, I guess, to relate to each other with truth. You know, here's what I feel. Well, here's what I feel. Oh, our feelings are different. Let us discuss it together. It never works, right? It's this kind of garbage that you're seeing where it's like, your mom seems to like you. I don't care if she likes me. Everything, all of her like just turns into pressure. Yeah, I don't think that's the way it's going, buddy. Well, that's fine. I hate you too. Like I never said I hated you. Like what? Suicide jokes? Yeah. I mean, because, and again, more of you, less of me. Mental health crisis. There's a legit mental health crisis in the world right now, especially in like where I am from in Canada. Massive mental health crisis. Nobody gets, like, almost, like, it's really hard to get an actual therapist or a psychiatrist, psychologist. Right now, general GPs and even nurses are allowed to prescribe mood medication or like prescription, whatever, stabilizers or whatever. Like, they can do that to anybody with very little talk. You walk in there like, I'm sad, and they're like, okay, here, take that, see what happens. In 6 weeks, you'll either have killed yourself, or you'll feel better, or you'll be sick and you'll have to do it again for the next year. Like, it's just, that's the crisis. And so therefore, how do you deal with the crisis? Well, you make jokes about it. People are arguing the cause is food. There just seems to be some justification to it. Food? As in the depression and all that stuff comes from food. I have no doubt that that's definitely part of it. Like, we have a terrible, like, consider this, and this is, to me, this is the most telling thing, and that is, you're not a nurse practitioner, right? Yeah, the my brain not working. The food thing. Oh yeah, what was I saying? People are arguing cause of food. There should be some justification to it. Still seems far away. Food is the issue when it comes to what's going on in your heart. Oh yeah, I was going to say that it's weird in our society that obesity is connected to poverty. Okay, if you go anywhere in the world and, like, not Western culture, obesity, it means you're rich and you get food. And if you don't get food and you're poor, you are skinny and sick. In Western society, poor people are the fat people. Why is that? It is because how screwed up our diet is, right? Screwed up how our society deals with food. And they're learning more and more the crap that they spray on the food and whatnot ends up having effects that they don't even know. I will never understand how any scientist can get around to gene therapy or getting around to, you know, messing with chromosomes and stuff, or messing with DNA, because how many times have scientists and whatnot come up with a great idea and then they find out, you know, a generation later it was killing everybody. You know, it's just, why would you mess with DNA? Because the moment you do, you're cursing an entire, like, anybody in that lineage, anybody who has a baby in that lineage is going to get an issue. You're like, ugh. Yeah. I don't even want to go there. Thanks,
Sure.
50s.
What did you say?
Ever since I was adopted into the Randall family, I've never received a single word of encouragement from my parents. I don't mean to compare our lives, and I can't say who's better off. But from where I stand, you're loved and truly blessed. I would even say I'm jealous.
I'm sorry for saying all those things without thinking about your situation. Still, My family's encouragement stresses me out. My parents will praise me no matter how spectacularly I fail. That's no way to measure my abilities. I need to be acknowledged by an objective third party if I'm going to improve.
You're not satisfied being loved by your family? I don't understand why you work so hard just to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Of course you don't. You're the one who won, so I'm just inferior. I trained so hard for years, and it resulted in a pathetic loss to a rookie. I know you must be laughing at me behind my back.
I'm not laughing or making fun of you. I just want to communicate with you. If you explain it to me, I'll do my best to understand. And if there's a misunderstanding, I'll work hard to clear it up.
I was just about to say, before this gets, before my battery died again, twice, is that this guy has something else going on. I mean, obviously, depending on the writing and whatever, but he's got a supportive family. There's something else that is driving him, that is causing all these issues, and that is, it could be that he has, he's comparing himself to something, or he is, he feels a sense of responsibility for the future, or he's got, some kind of, I don't know what, he's got to prove himself, or I don't know what it is, but it's not his family. It's something else. He's blaming his family, but there's something else. Gluten's a big factor in it too. Our bodies can't break it down. I see it as a threat. The symptoms from the immune response range from inflammation, migraines, anxiety, and depression. Not for everybody though. I mean, I get that there's overuse of all the stuff you guys are talking about, right? Like there's too much salt, too much fat, too much sugar, too much gluten, too many processed chemicals, too much, all the et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like there's a lot of things we're having, and it's in a lot of our food, but bread in the back in the day did not hurt anybody. It was like, unless you were genetically predispositioned towards not being able to tolerate gluten, it was fine. Right now, like, we got people that have allergies that never existed before because of how messed up our food and diet and shopping and culture and farming is.
You want to understand?
That's what I'm telling you.
Lectins.
I'm busy.
What's
I'm
a
not
lectin?
obligated to explain anything to you.
He has a lot on his mind. I'll need to talk to him more if I'm going to understand him.
That was a bonding
I
episode?
had no idea communicating with people was so hard.
Where did you grow up? I mean, we know who you grew up.
Kasane, listen, I'm not planning to get to know you or the rest of you more than I need to.
That's fine. I try not to get involved in other people's lives.
Right. You don't look much like the social type. That's one of the few things we have in common. I'm not sympathizing with you or anything. Just get out of here.
Okay. But now we're bonded in level 2. Woohoo! I feel like I didn't earn a bond, but all right. Think they're a protein? That's interesting. That's really interesting. Also, I didn't know a pea would have bean protein. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But okay. Is a pea a bean? Is a pea a bean? These are the real questions. Are they? Most peanut allergies are actually reaction to mold modern peanuts. Yeah, there you go. That kind of crap. Exactly, Tam. What am I doing? Yeah, okay, cool.
Listen closely. You can bring out your full potential by working with an excellent colleague. In other words, it's all thanks to me.
Okay. Let's, we've got a few things that we can talk about. So we're going to reply. Arashini machine is on the way. I told her, but she won't do anything about it. Why don't you move it yourself? Delicate machinery, I don't fix. Okay, I don't really care. Can now go on new missions. The city of Saren. Yeah, we did that already. Let me say thank you. Oh, Gemma. Okay, we have to do some bonding episodes or I'm going to get my butt kicked. Because the only way I can get better powers from these guys is by becoming their friends more. That's how it is. The power of friendship. Friendship is magic. Everything is My Little Pony. Let's reply. Okay, what? Kasane, let me thank you for before. I hope we don't fight each other anymore. Lately, I found myself going to the abandoned subway a lot. I don't think I'll ever forget what happened there. I'm really sorry. Gemma, are you still blaming yourself for what happened to my sister? We should talk. We don't have to think about what sides we're on. If you're at the abandoned subway, then wait for me. I'm headed there now. That's kind of weird. That they're like on opposite sides fighting a totally, an actual war, but they're meeting for like coffee. Okay. Good for them.
Kasane?
Gamma, did you read my message? I came to talk to you.
Sorry, but Gabriel, what you're saying, right? Wheaten bread making a change over the last century, causing, yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying, is that we can't blame gluten or bread. We can blame the overdosing on that simplistic garbage. That's the issue, right? And the Canada Food Guide or the Food Guide Pyramid, yeah. That was awful. But again, it's the quality of the food, right? Same with wood. Like if you go look at wood in old houses and you cut the house in half, and you look at a 2x4 that's in the wall that's actually holding up the wall, it'll have like lots of rings in it. It'll be from aged wood, old wood, and it'll be, denser, it'll be more sturdy, whatever. If you go and look at new wood now, you'll get like 3 circles because they've managed to figure out how to grow them fast and give them extra so they can harvest them more or cut them down more, and they end up being worse wood and more flammable and terrible for buildings and whatever, but they still do it because they get more. It's exactly what they're doing to the food, right? It's worse for us because you can make more that way.
It seems like you still feel responsible for what happened to Naomi. It isn't your fault she turned into another. There's no point in you blaming yourself.
You came all this way just to say that?
Well, you felt guilty enough to come all the way here.
You're right. It's probably presumptuous of me to think it was all my fault. Still, I can't forget what happened to her. It's sad to think this is how I behave after the decades I've fought.
I don't think it's sad, just surprising.
Decades?
I thought your experience would allow you to cope better than this.
That's what I thought. You don't have time to falter when a friend dies in battle. Our role as members of the OSF is to bottle up our feelings no matter what happens, and fight until the last other is killed.
No, that is not true. Your role is not to bottle up your feelings and just keep fighting until everything is done. Your role is to keep fighting until everything is done. The fact that you feel like you have to bottle up your feelings in order to do that means that there's a lack somewhere in your organization to be able to care for you properly. You're not getting support, you're not getting whatever. And so therefore you're a worse soldier because you are not dealing with all this stuff that's going on inside of you. You can't do it. Anybody who's going through something, the answer is never to bottle it all up and not deal with it ever. Sometimes you got to suck it up for a little while because there's other things to do, but you got to deal with it. You got to go through it. You got to walk through that fire, or you got to deal with all that crap inside of you, or you will be more and more ineffective as you try to get things done. It'll eventually pop, and you'll hurt somebody, or you'll get somebody hurt because of your emotional baggage. You can't not deal with it.
But you haven't been able to control your emotions. Do you have any idea why?
I must be at my limit. I've lost too many friends. Friends of many years and rookies like Naomi. While everyone else lost their lives, I'm left standing here. My retirement drawing closer.
Survivor's guilt.
You make it sound like it's bad that you're alive.
I feel guilty. The young people with promising futures die, while someone like me with not many years left is allowed to live. That's why I was so committed to protecting the young members.
I know that you wanted to protect Naomi. However, there's no point in regretting the past that way.
That's wise, Tam. You're
better off focusing on what needs to be done right here and now.
I know that.
Uh-oh!
Gamma, behind you!
Scary thing! Wow, that didn't take long.
Good reaction.
The enemy was just weak. I can still fight for now.
What do you mean
punch.
for now?
One punch.
I'm old. I'll have to retire soon.
Yeah.
When I retire, they'll stop administering the anti-aging drug. My body will begin to grow old and my power will gradually diminish. As someone who's had to rely on my power for decades to survive in battle, I'm a little worried about its strength diminishing.
I do remember reading something about that.
There's probably nowhere to
Might be the
retire in
distant
this
future
world.
for you, and it's just around the corner for me. Many retired soldiers have a hard time adjusting to civilian life after being in the OSF for so long.
Do you ever go online and watch videos of hugging, or like the where the the dad comes back from the army. Do you ever go like look at that stuff, Tam? On purpose for that reason?
There are those who have nowhere else to go after society throws them out. No family or friends to rely on.
Are you saying you'll be one of them?
Yeah, I spent most of my life in the OSF. I can't do much other than fight. How is someone like that supposed to live outside the military? I'm ashamed to say that I'm afraid of that day coming. If I have to live on carrying these feelings for my fallen comrades, then I think I'd rather die in battle.
And
I'm
there's...
sorry.
Yep.
That was a stupid thing to say.
That's where it goes.
I don't understand. If you're serious about wanting to die, then I misjudged you. You say that you're the only one left alive, but it's not like you've survived this long on your own. Even my sister was worried about your health. And you just roll over and die? That's so selfish.
Ooh.
I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Can I just say the bonding episodes are the worst?
Naomi was so concerned about him. It's not like I haven't thought about giving up my own life if it could help save her. But that would only make her sad. I thought he would have figured that out.
Well, he doesn't feel any better now. Jeepers. Let me say thank you. I shouldn't have said I wanted to die. I hope you'll let me apologize again. I've been feeling very unsure of myself lately. I was 8 years old when I was scouted. I've lived in the OSF for a long time. I want all of you to have a life with no regrets. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't know how many regrets you've had in your life, Gemma. I'd like to ask, if we get the chance, if you want to talk about it, that is. Yeah, ask me someday. See you later. All right. I mean, that's nice. I guess it ends okay, but boy, oh boy, these bonding episodes are more like learning why we don't like each other episodes. Yeah, exactly. Let's just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. 8 years old. I mean, child soldier. That's not an unrealistic thing. Yuito Sumeragi. Okay, Yuito Sumeragi is the other main character that we're going to be playing his arc when we're done with the other one. What's going on here? Can you please explain all this to me? Did you really kill my father? Why are you trying to kill me, too? I don't want to be your enemy without knowing why. If there's something that you can't tell me, then let me know. I might be able to help somehow. Please, Kasani, this just isn't right. Let's go. Let's bond with our buddy here. I have nothing to say to you. And yet, here we go. We're going to go say things to him. I'm going to put a B12 under my tongue now. And so when I start talking like a weirdo, that's why.
There. This doesn't solve everything, but at least he won't ask me about it. He's someone I may have to kill eventually. I need to make sure we interact as seldom as possible. Or else I might lose my nerve when the time comes.
'Cause he's a friend.
He's kind of strange. He's not like Naomi or Captain Seto. It's not like I found him especially interesting, so why couldn't I just ignore him? Oh well, he can't contact me anymore. For now, I just need to focus on Naomi.
It might be good to talk to Arashi.
That was really cool. Who's Arashi? Let me guess. Let's bond with the guy with an L on his head.
Kasane, you've come to see me. Let me guess. You've finally fallen for this sly fox's charms.
Disturbing things do tend to stand out.
Although, it's funny you say that. I heard yesterday, we raided into, I can't remember, and he said, you know, what do you like about Christian Ninja? And one of you people in the chat said, the thing I like best about Christian Ninja is he can say something profoundly wise and profoundly stupid in the same sentence. I thought that was the greatest comment I've ever read. And it nails me down perfectly.
Ouch. I demand an apology and compensation.
Yeah,
Therefore,
agreed.
I'd like you to come to Kikuchiba with me.
Kikuchiba? What are we going to do at a ruin overrun by others?
I mean, if I suggest we go to Musubi's for a talk, you just turn me down.
It doesn't matter where we do it. I hate meaningless conversations.
Just think about it. If there are others, we can fight. It wouldn't be meaningless if we were also gaining valuable fighting experience. If you don't want to talk, you can just focus on the fighting. That way, there's no wasted time.
I can't imagine I can improve my skills training with you. Our power disparity is too great.
Seriously? Come on, just humor me, would you?
Oh,
Please,
not giving
Kasane?
I give this
Why
guy
does
an
he want me
inch.
to go with him? As irritating as this is, this might be a good opportunity to finally get him to tell me about his past. Okay, if it's training, then I'll go with you.
That's the spirit. Don't let my graceful knife skills make you fall in love with me.
Since I'm absolutely not interested, could you fight invisible the entire time?
Nice, good line.
There's no sign of any others.
What, really? They're usually everywhere. And all the days they're not around.
Thank you, Lexi.
Headed into a work meeting, but 10 months is wild.
No kidding. I didn't even. How could we even know each other for that long? I feel like we just met. Holy mackerel, 10 months. That's crazy. Thank you for coming by and doing that, though, Lexi. You are awesome and amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful meeting at work. And that it's because you're getting so many raises, and they're giving you like all the raises because you did so good. All right, see you in a bit.
This is no different than talking at the hideout. Let's go back.
Wait. We'd be wasting a trip if we just turned around and went home.
Fine.
Atta girl. Don't worry, I won't bore you. There's also something I wanted to show you.
What?
It's a surprise for later. Come on, this way. Well, our plans may have gone awry, but at least we can have some fun without getting interrupted by others.
Our goal was combat training. Having them around was the whole point.
Even you must have realized that the combat training was nothing more than an excuse. Oh, this really brings back memories. This area used to be a shopping district. I always came here with friends to blow off steam.
Now it's nothing but a bunch of sad rubble. It gives me a strange feeling.
I mean, I guess
come here
to someone
alone with
young
strangers.
who wasn't around back then, this would look like nothing but a pile of rubble. Somewhere nobody lives anymore. Nothing left but visions. It's almost like the entire city has been left to haunt this area. I know it sounds absurd, but in a way, it's actually pretty funny.
He's doing it again. He's lost his levity. I wasn't just imagining it.
Oh no, not his levity. That's all he's got.
Oh, there it is.
An arcade game?
Not just any arcade game. You operate a crane to grab a prize, and if you manage to drop it down the hole, you get to keep it.
Now it's
this
an
used
anime.
to be real popular back in the day, especially with couples. This is why we came here. Let's see if it still works.
It's plugged in, but it's not responding. Maybe it's broken.
Wait. No, it's just locked. All right, time to use the hacking program I borrowed from Arashi.
That sounds illegal. This place may be in ruins, but are we allowed to just operate this and take its prize?
Don't worry about it. It's been left like this forever, so nobody's going to get mad if we take a prize or two. Oh, nice, it worked. Ha, look at that. Now tell me which one you want. I'll grab it for you.
There are only plushies. I don't really want any of them, but if I had to choose one, then that one, I guess.
Okay, say
least
no
you said.
more. Consider it yours. I used to play these games all the time back in the day. I'm basically an expert now. Start it up, turn here, and now!
You dropped it.
I'm not giving up yet.
Kudos to the animators for
One more
not
time.
doing that
This
at
time
all.
I'll get it for sure.
He hasn't even gotten a single one yet. At the rate this is going, I'll never be able to ask him about himself.
Or you could just ask him about himself.
Can I get a turn?
Okay, but this is more difficult than I thought it'd be. You know, I bet the store manager put the prize in a position where it's hard to get.
Ah, she's a psychic. That's funny.
Hey, you're cheating! All my hard work vanished like tears in the rain.
You brute forced a locked machine with a hacking tool. So who's the real cheater here?
You.
Well, I suppose you're right. Okay then, I know this just started to feel like a date, but I think it's time we call it a day.
Yeah, I think the whole point we're supposed to see there is that dude got some baggage.
Oh, were you two together?
Oh boy. Looks like we're caught. Well, cat's out of the bag. I guess there's no sense in hiding our secret now.
Secret? What were you doing?
Uh-oh.
He thinks we were on a date, which I in no way wanted any part of. If it were a date, well, I'd call it a complete failure.
Oof.
Kasane, why would you say that in front of me? What part of it was a failure?
Naomi told me dates were supposed to be fun. That wasn't fun at all.
Oh, that's too bad.
Really?
Well,
Truckers?
you're a little too young to go on a real date anyways.
Where would they put all their
I am
toys?
An old geezer. In fact, I'm old enough to have a kid your age. Now that I think about it, the Major here would be more suitable for me.
Then why don't you treat it like an outing with your daughter?
What's the fun in that?
It's not like I actually want to go on a date with him. I can't imagine it'd be more fun than this last one.
Whoa now, that sounds like a challenge to me. Okay, give me another shot.
Do whatever you want.
I'm glad you two are getting along so well.
I can't tell if we like that guy or not.
There are a lot of things different about you, Kasane. I could say you're an unlikely woman.
Naomi always said I was easily misunderstood.
Yeah, I get that.
Dan thinks
you
you're
just say
autistic.
whatever is on your mind. I generally find staying quiet makes more friends, though. Oh well, that lack of control is one of your good features.
Yay! More powers. I put it on his head. That was me. So I can
Hey, do you see how
decorate
great
these
I
guys.
am now?
And I
I
did.
don't know about great, but I do think I've come to understand you a little better.
Yeah, I can like put from the DLC. I can like change their outfits and stuff. In fact, they're all wearing different outfits. But I had to put that thing on his head. It was like you put an owl on his head. Of course, he's gonna have that for the rest of the game. There are other games I want to try. Been a long time since I played that game. It makes me feel young again. You ended up using your psychokinesis on me though. Oh, that game might still be around here somewhere. The one where you hit a drum along with the rhythm. Do you know it? I would love to show you. I'm good with the sticks. I don't know that game, and I don't want to see it. I don't care about your silly sticks skills, Kagero. There's the cold shoulder. You shouldn't call it silly until you've seen it. Oh well, we should do this again sometime. She is just strong-arming this. Boom! He is done. All right. Any more people that we can like make friends with? You want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend? Do you want to be my friend? Are you my friend? Oh, there's a guy hanging out, standing against the wall. Hey, they all move. That's kind of fun. Yeah, we're good. Let's save it and we'll go fight some more bad guys. Stick skills are vital. I agree. Sticks are important. Actually, I'm gonna check and see if I have any more brain powers I can map with. 0, of course. Sit and let's give a rest on the sofa.
Take a break.
Hey, Cannon, rest on the sofa.
So, about our mission from the Seiran government, I wrote in the report that we were interrupted and were unable to complete our assignment.
You mean I did? Honestly, I only did it because nobody around here bothers with the paperwork.
Wow, Shiden, you're so reliable. Keep up the good work.
Hey, watch it.
Star.
I wonder if they're going to give us a new other suppression assignment. Karin made it seem like they would.
Which reminds me, I'm curious about what Karin said in the future. It was...
Why now? If you had managed to get here sooner, we could have found a way to cure the metamorphosis and turn them back to normal. Finally. I can finally save her.
Piecing together Karin's statements, Kasane's power must be a clue on how to reverse metamorphosis.
Major Kyoka?
I don't know. I've never
Where
seen
did
that before.
Come from?
Well, maybe not. Karin did mention that we should have arrived earlier, so... He could have copied Kasane's psychokinesis whenever he wanted, but he hasn't.
It was like one of those knockdowns in African
then the matter
languages.
is not about finding a cure. He would take time and...
Calm down, Kyoka.
Huh?
What's gotten into you? You almost sounded like Arashi when she's actually focused.
Really? That's strange. I didn't think I was acting any differently.
Trying to put all the pieces together, maybe you just fell into a trance.
Whatever it was, your line of thinking was interesting. It does seem like Karen thinks Kasane is the key.
Yes, she is very important to Major General Karen. There's no mistake about it.
Uh-oh.
Do you think the reason I came to Seiron is because of Karen too?
That's certainly a possibility. Wouldn't rule it out. What do you think he's planning?
He's gonna turn
Sorry
you into a
to interrupt,
smoothie.
but Kasane Platoon has been given an other suppression assignment. There's a high probability for others appearing in the Mizuhagawa New City Development District. Head there immediately.
You heard her. Let's head over and take care of this first. Then we can talk.
Okay.
You're right. There's no sense thinking about it now, but we should all be careful.
Video game incoming. Prepare yourself. I'm going to go beat up some bad guys now. Oh, no, never mind.
This is the area the other report projected.
Yes, our assignment is to exterminate any others that appear here.
Why send us all the way out here? You would think there were other places more worth protecting.
Believe it or not, this area is actually a trade route to Togetsu. Yeah, I know it may not look like much, but it's actually pretty important.
Yay!
Togetsu may be an isolated religious state, but apparently trades happen when interests are aligned.
In other words, the extent of the relationship is strictly business. So, what does everyone want to do?
Like all of Kasane's
Wow,
relationships.
did my ears just deceive me? I think Kasane just asked us for our opinion. Normally, she'd just rush out looking for others.
I see. No one has any ideas. In that case, let's do what we normally do.
Wait, nobody said we didn't have any ideas. Kagero, stop teasing Kasane.
My bad, Your Highness. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
My panties?
Yeah.
Who cares? Anyways, if you have an idea, speak up.
As for ideas,
don't have any.
No, we don't have any. I hacked the system to see what the transport schedule was today, but I couldn't find anything around this time.
What am I playing it on? PC. 99% of what I do is PC. Except for Breath of the Wild, which is Switch.
That means we can concentrate on exterminating the others. Everyone, stay vigilant and move forward.
Wait, I just received a request for reinforcements. A transport team is being attacked by an other up ahead.
Escort mission.
Wow, really?
Great.
Because Arashi literally just said there weren't going to be any transports now.
It definitely wasn't on the schedule. If there's a transport team, it means this was off the books.
The timing is too convenient. There's a chance it could be a trap. Should we wait and see first?
No.
Haruka, is this reinforcements request coming from Seiron?
Yes, it's an official OSF request.
I can totally see that happening.
Then we have to answer. We're part of the Seiron OSF now.
This is definitely that kind of
You're right.
anime.
Besides, we can't just abandon people who need our help. Let's do what we can.
Well then, time to find out what's waiting for us. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay.
I'll send the
Let's
location
go
of
save
the
it.
distress signal.
All right, and then we gotta go beat some things up. So this becomes video game time. I hope you don't mind. I might be the only person playing video games on Twitch, so unfortunately this anime keeps getting
I'm ready
interrupted
to
with
go.
video games.
If you need me to fight, just say the word.
Oh, it let me go backward. Oh, that's kind of fun. Is there stuff back there, now that I think about it? I want green stuff. No? No? Alright. Northfield building a city? There you go. We got two people playing video games on the internet? Oh, we've been here before. Can I throw a truck on someone?
Shiden's electrokinesis might work.
You owe me.
Okay.
I confirmed a water attack. Are you okay? Being wet makes it hard to move. Aim for that spot.
There! Now...
Oh, that felt good.
Not quite as good as me, though.
Please, Kyoka. Checkmate.
That was a nice move.
Darn right it was. Are we good now? Oh, bad guys. Here, have one of these in the face. Bonk.
The attacks to the outer shell are working. I'll try to break it.
Bonk. Bonk.
How long has the construction equipment been abandoned here? If they canceled the construction, they should put them away. They may be difficult to maintain. I can't understand how they could just abandon them like this. Why don't they put them away?
I don't think there's anything to understand. They might not be able to operate anymore, but they could still be useful. We might...
Useless. It's over.
I'd be able
That's
to
so
use
much
them
help.
for an attack
It's so helpful when I can just go super power speed. Whoop! I got hit once. Once.
It got me.
It sure did.
It was close.
Thank you.
I need your help. Let me. That seems to be the spot.
Still more?
Any more? Oh crap!
Go ahead
What
and use my power.
What is that?
Kasane.
Oh, that guy. He's the worst. No damage. No damage. Okay, I'm in trouble. Let's try electrokinesis.
Work hard. Kasane, the enemy is stunned and can't move.
Whoop! Run away! Oh, never mind.
I'll pull you out. Scatter. It's over.
I'm so good. And now there's more. Oh, there's a tree coming at me.
Damage to outer shell confirmed. Break it.
This guy's scary. He's terrifying.
I'm borrowing this. I need your help.
Gotta get this guy out of the way. He's gonna be a problem. All right. Oh, that hurt. Dang.
The shell is broken.
I'm dead.
Aim
I'm dead.
for
I'm
its
dead.
weak spot. Do it.
Struggling won't work.
I don't know how to kill that tree guy though.
Next. For you, Kasane. I'll do this, Shiden.
It's working. Focus on that spot.
Okay. Here, take
Watch your
this.
head.
Did I win? Camera issues.
Please, Kagura.
Make it good.
Are you okay? Yes, Kyoto. Thanks to you.
Ouch. Ah.
The enemy is attacking with electricity. You'll be shocked and unable to move if it hits you.
I'm using it. I need your help.
Let's go.
It's over.
I can become even stronger.
I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting better. Are we good now? Yep, we're good. Or not. Yep. Dragon, you're right. Now where? This way, I suppose?
It feels like we're an old married couple from all the time we spend together.
Whoa, hello.
Use my power, Kasane.
I'm borrowing this. I'll do this, Shiden.
Kazuro's invisibility would be useful.
Okay, that's not working. How do I get him?
Can you handle it?
I need your help.
Dang it! Oh, owie.
You ready to go?
Aim for that spot.
There we go.
Work hard.
Oh man.
Checkmate.
Here we go again. Owie. Dang it. Here we go again. Have one of these.
I'm using it. I'll do this, Shidan.
Come on out. I just want to play.
Oh, I'm soaked. I don't want to move.
Right, there we go.
I'm
Hyper
borrowing
velocity.
this.
Here we go, over here we go. Bah! Oh, she's too fast. I don't know how I'm supposed to get this guy. Oh, maybe invisibility. What? I was behind a post. Rude.
Ouch.
Why am I allergic to water anyway?
Time to fight back.
Thanks for the help. We did it. It lost us. It's working. Focus on that spot.
Thank me later.
It was thanks to my power.
Got it.
That was a nice move.
Thank you. Do I gotta do it again? Oh man.
Let's use Arashi's hypervelocity.
Okay.
You'll be shocked if you get attacked with electricity when you're wet. Be careful.
I'm borrowing this.
It's down. Let's finish it.
You owe me.
Useless. It's over.
Whoa, I'm getting the hang of it anyway. Thank you.
Pineapple gifted a tier 1 sub to I_am_tam. They have given 125 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you. 125. Pineapple, that's incredible. Thank you so much.
Pineapple gifted a tier 1 sub to Nurse Nerd Game.
No commercials for
They have
anybody.
given 126 gift subs in the channel.
No, nobody gets commercials anymore. I don't know if that was any good, but I got it.
I'm using it.
Come out. Come out. It's not working.
Ouch.
I found something.
Everybody back off.
Get serious.
Here we go. Brain drive's been activated. Oh, it feels so good to be the king.
I can't waste time.
Kasane, finish hitting this brain field.
I'll track you down and kill you.
Boom. I love that. I love that so much. It feels so cool. It's your boy Icy. Hi. Yo, you guys, can I, if you've given Jesus your whole heart, and how can I know y'all go up with him when he comes? How can I know if you've given Jesus your whole heart And how can you know if y'all go up with him when he comes? Okay, there's two ways, my bud. Let me lean in. Okay. So to answer your question, how can you know if you've given Jesus your whole heart? That's hard to know. Like, you talk about whole heart, as in like if he completely controls every single part of my motives, my life, my everything. I don't think that's ever going to happen, because on this side of death, there's too much sin and you've got too much baggage. But what you can say is you ask the question, do you hate your sin, or do you make excuses for it, right? So if you hate your sin, you're like, I hate the bad stuff that I do that doesn't line up with what God called me to be. That's a good sign as to whether or not you are giving Jesus your heart, that you are legitimately feeling like you want to be a Christian, you want to be his. The other one is to say, whether or not you love his people. Do you love the church? Do you love other Christians? Do you want to be around other Christians? Is that something that you opt for because you feel a draw to them? The Bible talks about how if you are a Christian, when God changes your heart, one of the things that happens is you have a love for doing good, and you have a love for his word, and you have a love for his people. Do you? Right? So if you say, yeah, I love God's people, I love God's word, and I want to be free of sin, yeah, then your heart's in the right place. The only other question you have to ask is, what do you know? Do you believe that Jesus Christ died on the cross for your sins, rose again on the third day, and conquered death on your behalf? Like, if you believe that and you repented from your sins, then yeah, you're good. Now, how can you know if you're going up with him when he comes? Yeah, if you believe that, you are, period. He's the one that brings you because you believe in him. Yeah. Well, yeah, but okay, remember that lust and sin does not prevent you from going to heaven. You're not prevented from being saved because you're sinning. You're prevented when you by your refusal to believe that the sin is a problem, right? You say, if you're a Christian, you'll look at that lust and you'll go, I hate that. I hate that about myself. I don't want that part to be part of my life anymore. I want that to go away. I want Jesus to take that away from me. I need to be better at that. Is the sign of you're a Christian. If you're not a Christian, you basically say things like, it's not my fault. Other people make me do it. If women just dress different, I wouldn't have that problem. It's all the internet's fault. It's not that big a deal anyway. I only do it when it's in private. You'll make excuses like crazy for it. That is a sign to show that you actually don't hate your sin. You like your sin. So you should strongly ask yourself the question, do you or do you not hate that part of yourself? And if you do, and you need some help, I have a really good article that can help you out. But really, it comes down to putting blockers on your devices so that you can't get it, and telling somebody in your life to hold you accountable. Share the whole shoot match with them and just kind of go, the people at church that you love? Yeah. Well, the people that you love that love Jesus and love you go find one that you trust and you say, listen, I have been looking at porn a lot and I hate it and I can't stop. It's addictive in my brain. I need your help. I need you to hold me accountable. I need you to block it on my router. I want to be free of this. I'm serious. I want to honor Jesus with my life. And so therefore, can you come and help me? If you keep it secret, it will continue to dominate your life and you'll never be able to be free from it because you're not strong enough. You need someone else. You need other people to help you out. So do you have someone in your life that you can go talk about that to? If you do, then go talk to them. Okay? Yep, exactly. Shadow Tuner is exactly right. Ooh, thank you.
Thank me later.
It was thanks to my power.
I confirmed a water attack. Are you okay? Being wet makes it hard to move. Okay, the enemy has lost us. I need your help.
That was good. Not quite as good as me, though.
I'll do it. Checkmate.
That was easy. I just came in here for this green thing. Thank you. Now where do I go? That way, I suppose? I gotta remember to turn off those powers because they are distinctly needed in this level. And if I use them all up when I'm running around, it's no good. Never regret not giving into temptation. I found it helpful to keep in front of your mind when struggling with this. You'll always regret giving into it. That's true. You got a good point there. Shadow Tuner's got a real good point. It seems at the time, and everybody feels this, okay? Everybody who struggles with lust and temptation that way feels this. That gets in their brain, and here's how the pattern goes. You go, I'm doing fine, and now I feel not fine. I'm hungry, I'm angry, I'm lonely, I'm tired, and now I want comfort. Okay, my comfort. What am I used to comforting myself with? Well, I'm used to comforting myself when I'm alone. I'm used to using porn. And I know that if I look at porn, I will be distracted. It will be stimulating. I will be able to have, like a positive feeling from my body, blah, blah, blah. And so therefore, I know I shouldn't, but now that I've thought about it, well, I'm basically already done it. I may as well finish. And then you open up your phone or whatever you do, and you're looking at, whatever you shouldn't look at. And you're like, well, I can't stop now because I've already gotten this far. I may as well just finish. Once I'm done, then I won't do it anymore. It'll be the last time or whatever. All along the way, you can stop. You can actually go, I don't want to do this. I don't have to do this. The trick is to do it the first time where you're like, no, not this time. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to call my friend. I'm going to go and be not here, right? That's the trick is to not be there. Pull a Joseph and just, book it and be somewhere else. It's hard, but Shadow Tuner's point is basically saying, you know what? If you do that one little the Jesus gives you a way out, God gives you a way out, and you're like, fine, I'll take it. And you walk out, you call that friend, you do whatever. You're never going to feel worse after that, It's never too late to stop where you are in that process. Yep, it's never too late. You're exactly right. I think I'm supposed to go up. Am I supposed to go up? I think I'm supposed to go up. Yeah, I killed all those guys. Oh, this is where we're supposed to go. I think. No, I already went in here. Where am I supposed to go?
Is it me, or are we hanging out a lot?
Is it me, or am I lost?
Yep.
Okay, maybe not. Oh, sorry, dude. I has the dumb. If that ever happened, Shadow Tuner, here, I'll show you something. Hit exclamation point, embiggen. E-M-B-I-G-G-E-N. Embiggen. E-M-B-I-G-G-E-N. See? You can do that too. So, I can be stupid, and you can help me. It's one of my magic powers. Yeah. Is the ability to be dumb, but have it covered. Am I in the right spot? Am I doing this right? Where do you want me? Well, I haven't gone that way yet, obviously. I don't know who wrote this song, but it's so good.
Here. You should check it out.
We all went to the same school of magic? Yep. Go, Kasani. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here. There's got to be something else, right? Maybe there's another ladder I missed? Oh, I bet it's the elevator. Hold on. I bet it's the elevator. All right, let's go try the elevator.
That's quite dangerous, making a jump like that.
I'm great. Where's my elevator? I saw one. Did I not see one? There it is. No, it's not Genshin at all. Like, I love me some Genshin, This is like, you don't collect your characters, you're kind of you adopt your team. This is very RPG. Like I have a skill tree, right? I've got the skill tree that I get to do. I can go to my party members and I can like change which ones I have, and I can change out what their emphasis are, and I can build up their weapons, and I can give them different things. If I go to their go to their equipment, right? I can change their equipment and give them stuff. Like that's what this game is. Can it kind of be IRL or in Discord? I mean, I would say this: work with what you got, right? What have you got? Do you have an IRL? Do you have someone IRL? Because if you don't, then no, it was the stairs. All right. If you have someone on IRL, do IRL. It's easier. Then you can actually find someone to escape with. But if you only thing you can do is Discord, do Discord. If you're gonna do Discord, what you have to do is you have to make a time that you guys are gonna meet. Instead of doing like, oh, whenever I feel like it, blah blah blah. You just go, listen, I'm gonna call you on Fridays, or you're gonna call me, you're gonna check with me in the evenings, and when you do check with me in the evenings, I'm gonna tell you what's going on in my brain and in my heart or whatever. Aha! No, I did. Wasn't I here already once? Okay. Now we're going down, I guess. Aha, cutscene achieved.
Are you all right?
Are you with Kasane platoon? Everything should be fine now that you're here.
Don't talk. You're wounded badly. I'll fix you up as best I can.
Don't speak.
I'm okay, but you have to help my teammates first. The truck is still under attack. It's another, but it was human. Those Suo bastards transformed someone into an other and...
Transformed into another.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna have to fight our sister?
This is a critical mission. You have to protect the truck and get it to the supernatural life research facility.
Dang it! Why does it always do that?
Information. Wait here for rescue. We'll take care of everything.
Okay, it'll work this time. Forgive me.
I've already requested a rescue team.
The supernatural life research facility. Isn't that the lab Naomi was in?
Let's hurry. They won't get away with turning people into others. Oh, I wasn't going to go rush off on my own again. Are we all on board?
I hate to agree, but I'm all for hurrying.
Wow, Kasane's really growing as a person.
No need for thanks. Now come on, or I'm gonna leave you behind.
That's pretty cool.
Kasane is finally showing her vulnerable side. Or maybe she's just expanded her horizons.
I'm so happy we're all getting along. Now, let's go help the transport.
Okay. The moment she said that, we all knew she was gonna die, right? Like, the moment she said, I'm so happy we're all getting along, someone's gonna die. My prediction is that it's Kyoka, blue hair girl. That's my prediction.
Team.
Check this out. That's not a normal transport truck.
There's nothing to gain. The YouTube from 50 years in the future said that it was the new Hamuka government who turned Naomi into another. Something's been bothering me about that. What does the government get out of turning Naomi into another? That's a good point, said Kagero. At the very least, turning OSF members into others in the middle of a battle doesn't make any sense. Arashi says, my guess is that someone from Seiron attacked. Suo was probably taking advantage of the large other attack to try to clean it up. So you're saying everyone who went to suppress the others entered the battlefield without knowing any of that? That's bad. I agree, that is bad. Yeah, we are very upset with the people who turned them into others. Let's go kick their butt. First, health. Yep, elevator. This is gonna be a boss fight, but I think it's gonna be a boss fight against my sister. Aw, poor thing. You got a bladder infection?
That must be the truck. I don't see any members of the transport team.
It's rough when you're always
look,
balancing
by the
different
truck.
symptoms.
There's someone there. They're hitting it with a stick or something.
This is a damn sturdy door. Can't even hack it. Just break it down already. My arms are getting tired.
She might be a little crazy.
Is that Kodama? What are you doing?
Well, if it isn't the traitors, how have you been? Why do you look so scared?
Kodama, did you turn someone into an other and make them attack this transport team?
I mean, this was headed for the Seiran research facility. I figured it had to have something important.
You're trying to find out what they're researching by digging through their cargo? I swear, your methods are insane.
It's the fastest way. So anyway, can you let me go just this once? Pretty please?
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's too bad. Well, I guess we're doing this. Don't get mad at me when I kill you!
Here we go. Zoop.
This'll be fun!
Turning people into others. How could you do something so awful?
Oh, don't get so angry. I meant well. Over here.
We can't give up.
Over here.
Stop throwing waves of junk at me. It's so annoying.
I'm borrowing this. I'll do this, Shiden.
You got this, Kasane.
Enough attacks that can damage the brain will inflict confused status. You'll lose control and not be able to lock onto your use SAS. Well, that's no good. I think it's hilarious that I'm still getting
Besides,
tutorial.
stay away from those floating things. They'll mess you up if they hit you.
Uh-oh, this is not good. My controls are completely screwed up.
Go ahead and use my power, Kasane.
I'm trying, but I've been getting killed.
This could be bad.
Work hard.
Uh-oh. I hate it when they lick stuff. Gross. Oh, why is some gold in here all of a sudden, man? Brutal.
I'm using Kodama, just... What's going on? It's not duplication. Is this a transformation ability? There's no sign of her using SAS.
Were you surprised by Master Kodama's secret? I never showed anyone before. Oh well, it doesn't matter since you're all dying here anyway.
That was close.
Make it good.
Use it well.
You hit me with a bat? That's so uncreative.
I'm borrowing this.
You owe me.
Not yet. I'm borrowing this.
You got this, Kasane.
Ow!
I can still fight.
Ouch. Bad.
I gotta stay away.
Make it good.
I'll do this, Shiden.
There we go. Bonk.
Sweet dreams.
How did she hit me?
It got me.
Not bad.
Go to hell.
Thing is, as soon as I do this, I have to do it again.
Give up.
Hi, Lex. And here we go again.
Kodama use a second power? Impossible. The only person who can use multiple powers is Major General Karen, the brain.
Uh-oh, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna
What
die.
does that mean?
I'm not done yet.
That's really fishy.
Can you handle it?
I need your help.
Where'd they go? Where's the bad guy? I can't see her.
Found you.
Okay.
Kasane, a platoon member is in danger.
Work hard. For you, Kasane.
Easy.
That slow-mo thing really helps.
Don't underestimate me.
Oh, I think we broke her brain.
Good.
Did you see it crack? We may have broke her brain.
Not bad. You're a lot stronger than before. You all deserve a nice round of applause.
Oh, thanks, Lex. I appreciate it. This is
Kodama, throw down your weapon and don't make any
perfect.
sudden
Just
movements.
sit here and watch anime. Do
We
you
have
watch
a lot
anime,
of
Lex?
questions for you.
Well, you do have me surrounded. I don't think I'm getting out of this one. Just kidding. What? You expected I wouldn't have a plan?
What?
Bye-bye now.
Looks
And
like
the
she got
people
away.
can teleport.
At least the truck seems fine. Do you want to escort it back to the facility then?
I think it might be sideways.
It did seem like it was an important mission from what the transport team member said. Maybe we should.
Then I'll contact the superiors about the suppression assignment. Wait, I'm getting a reading nearby.
Uh-oh,
It's
not a reading.
not the Seiran OSF. It could be more of Kodama's men.
Well, we obviously don't want anyone following the truck. So I'll go check it out and stop them here if it comes to that.
Oh, I'm definitely tagging along, Major Kyoka. If it's an ambush, then I'm just the man for the job. It's my specialty.
Arashi, please get this truck back to the Supernatural Life Research Facility.
And it's go time. Good
Or
luck,
the
kids.
slurf for short.
Weren't we supposed to discuss things first?
Let it go. Anyway, we'll leave that to Kyoka and Kagero. We have a truck to transport. Does it still run?
Sure does. It's got a few scrapes, but nothing serious.
The truck bed's reinforced armor is full of dents. And Kodama did all this with just a metal pipe. Unbelievable. It's just stupid how incredibly strong she is.
Yeah, we kicked her butt in like 2 minutes. Did I almost die 5 times? Yes. But that's the whole point. I almost died. I didn't.
Where have you
actually die.
been? Hurry up and unload the truck. I need to go get the lab ready.
All right, calm down, buddy.
Great, now they're making us do manual labor too? This is turning out to be more of a pain than I thought.
Haruka, any
okay.
word
We
from
have
Kyoka or
psychic powers.
Kagero?
Not yet. It's hard to get a good signal to Mizuhagawa. I think it's because of the extinction belt above.
I see. Then let's get this over with.
Does this turn into an episode of Unpacking now?
Can you all hear me? Great, you're all right.
What about Kagero?
You know me. I normally say I'm ship-shape, but we've actually found ourselves in a tight spot.
It wasn't Kodama's men in Mizuhagawa. It was Yuito platoon, and they noticed the truck.
Yuito platoon? Did you two...
Yes. We
Become
couldn't have
best
anyone
friends?
following the truck. So we did what we had to do, which was fight them.
It was only to buy some time, though. Then we used Major Kyoka's duplication and my invisibility to lose them. Which is how the story would go in a perfect world, but they've got Segumi's eyes on their side.
Ah, her clairvoyance. We can't let our guards down.
We'll try to rendezvous back with you after we throw them off our trail. You should still be careful, though.
Copy that.
Yeah, it's
Contact
hard
us
to
if anything
hide
happens.
from somebody who knows the future.
Sorry, guys. Due to the extinction belt, I can't track Yuito platoon.
Well, there's nothing we can really do about that. We just have to finish this annoying work first.
We managed to get one truck unloaded. They all look like the same boxes. Shiden, what's wrong? Are you tired?
What? No, I'm not tired. I was just curious what this cargo was, that's it.
Oh.
Damn.
What are you doing? You can't unlock private cargo just because you're curious.
No, it just unlocked on its own.
What is it? Did you find an other inside or something?
Look.
I bet it's more of those
What is
vials.
This is...
A human head?
Oh.
This one too. All of these cases, they're filled with heads.
That's not good. That can't be good at all.
What are they going to use them for? Wait.
Okay. This is the time. Pun people. All the pun people in my crowd right now. There it is. You were set up perfectly. Oh no. They're all full of heads. What are they going to use them for? I'm sure it's out there. You guys have it. I know you do. Let's find it. It's, they're going to use it for... I don't want to go with bowling. That's weird. Sauerkraut? Why sauerkraut? What? Because head of cabbage? Okay, I guess if that's the best we got, that's the best we got. But I'm like, there's got to be a better one out there. Oh well. I'm not clever enough.
Food?
Naomi said she takes the medication in the ampules. These are probably used to research the other weapons.
Or maybe... No, I shouldn't be tossing around any theories at this point.
So basically, these human heads are being transported from Togetsu?
Maybe they just got ahead of themselves.
Researcher
Yeah, there's something
mentioned
there.
getting the lab
Yeah.
ready. We might be able to find something if we search the facility.
We're not done unloading the truck, but I can't stop thinking about this. Let's go check out where he went.
Heads, man.
It'll be bad if Yuito finds this location. Will we have to fight them too?
The rescue team has arrived in Mizukawa. Oh, that's good. Don't worry, the transport team member told us the truck driver was safely recovered. That's good. Well, they think there's probably weren't any survivors after analyzing the evidence. It's highly probable that they were attacked by the members Kodama turned into others. Instead of just killing them, she had them kill each other. Wow, this is brutal. That's brutal.
We don't have a choice. Hopefully, Kyuka handles it so we don't have to do that.
I'm gonna go save my game. Where's the save guy? Save guy, where are you? There, save guy. I ain't doing nothing until we save anything. There we go. Just a bunch of boxes full of heads. Aw, that's no good. Because of the cranberry juice or just because life? Alright, what am I actually doing? I can't remember what I'm actually doing. Infection pain? Oh, you poor thing. You can take aspirin for that and drink a bunch of water.
Really do hate this place.
Tylenol or
Stench is
Advil or
just
whatever.
awful.
I was right.
It can't be.
Oh, it definitely is. Others feed on human brains, and this facility houses others, and...
Ampules.
How could... These ampules... But that means Naomi...
Has eaten
Intruders
brain.
were just detected coming in from the facility's rear entrance. I've also received an update on our assignment from Seiron. The intruders are Yuito Sumeragi and new Himuka OSF members, and we are to eliminate them, no matter what.
Or we could talk to them.
Damn it. Of course they'd come now.
Seems like Seiron really wants Yuito dead.
Let's use our words.
They must be desperate to eliminate the threat the Kunad Gate poses.
I'm with you there, Tam.
Eliminate them.
What are you going to do, Kasane?
We should kill him. To save the world.
Okay.
But I know I haven't been listening to anyone else. So maybe Yuito wants to talk to me, like all of you did.
Wait, one more thing. If we refuse this assignment, they said they would dispose of the research subjects in order to bury the evidence.
They're gonna kill Naomi.
So they're taking
If we don't-
Naomi as a hostage.
That's not good.
Yeah. And knowing that Naomi is your one soft spot, I probably would have done the same if I were them.
But can they really do that? She's still an important research subject to them. And there's no way Major General Karin would let them. He didn't want Yuito to be assassinated.
That may be true, but that still doesn't prove that Karin would protect Naomi. Although I can't picture him treating human-born
Sup,
others like
pancakes?
mere objects either. However,
How you doing?
this assignment came to us officially, which means there's a chance it came with Karin's approval.
Good to see ya.
They could also
How's
be
life?
bluffing.
We're in
What's
an
important
intense part of
isn't
our
whether or
anime.
not they're bluffing. It's how certain we are they won't harm Naomi.
That's...
And it doesn't help that we've already failed one assassination attempt. This response...
It's a rough day today, to be frank. I'm just tired. I've had a lot of positive things happen. Don't get me wrong. Just up here in the old, gray matter, things are a little off. I'm tired, and but I'm enjoying the game, enjoying the company, enjoying the chat, and had a good chat with somebody and had an orange juice. So it's all good outside. But yeah, I'm a little tired. How's what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, obviously you're watching me, but what's going on right now? Give me a little update.
Well, it seems natural if they suspect we have ulterior motives. It's not like we can break Naomi out and take her with us.
Does that mean
Or
we have
can
no other
we?
choice but to fight Yuito?
Do I get a choice?
Let's hide.
Are you serious? Naomi is in danger.
I know, but fighting them out in the open wouldn't be smart. We should hide in the next area and ambush them.
That would give us an excuse to leave here and would buy us some time to think.
Haruka, report our plan to them. We'll lie in wait for the intruders and stand by for an opportunity to attack.
Copy that. Good luck.
All right, you ready? First things first. Any green stuff in here? I need green stuff.
Not that way. There's no time. Hurry to the next area.
I am. I was looking for green stuff. Give me a break.
Yuito platoon is headed to the factory block as predicted. They will arrive in 30 seconds. We've been ordered to send
That's
the
cool,
control
man.
system data to Seiron after we make contact with Yuito.
Now, when you say spend time, are we talking like board game time, food time, or like going outside time? Or just kind of hanging out in the living room? We've been doing a lot of that around here. Just sitting in the living room, having a chat.
In other words, they'll be monitoring your conversation. Be careful.
Uh-oh.
Understood.
Yuito platoon arriving in 5, 4.
This is going to be
3.
complicated. I'm supposed to kill him, but I also want to talk to him. But if I talk to him, they're going to hear.
What is this facility?
It's going to be a whole thing.
It looks like some sort of assembly line.
Hey, those boxes. Aren't they the same ones from that transport truck we saw? What is it, Tsugumi?
Sounds good.
Does it contain what I brought earlier?
A human head.
You've got to be kidding me. All of these?
What in the world is this place?
What do
That
you
was
want
the
to do?
plan, right?
Have you gotten your thoughts together yet?
Let them think
There
about
are
it.
no thoughts to get together. I don't have a choice. It's only an issue of resolve.
So, we have to fight.
That's our assignment. Besides, if we let Yuito leave now, the public will find out about this place. And the ampules.
Is that bad?
Then they might stop all the research. What would become of Naomi if that happened? Either way, our only choice is to kill Yuito.
Have you thought about what the ampules contain?
Of course I have. But to be honest, just thinking about it won't solve anything.
Well, we have your answer.
The ampules contain brain
Just
juice.
listen to yourself. We should just tell them everything. Yuito will understand. He's way too forgiving. We should take advantage of that.
And then what? That would mean going against Seiron. If you have a way to save Naomi, then tell me.
I never said...
Okay, calm down, you two. What about fighting to a draw? We can just tell Seiron that we had to be careful we didn't damage this very important facility. Or something along those lines. Knowing the strength of Yuito platoon, we should be able to convince the government that we tried our best, but couldn't beat them. However, they would get suspicious if they completely overpowered us. We'll have to fight like we mean it. This is the best idea I've got.
This is very confusing.
I can go along with that.
Fight
That's
as hard
fine
as I
with me
can,
too.
but then stop before
Guys,
we
you
win.
need to make contact with Yuito platoon soon.
Let's go. Seiron will start to get suspicious if we wait any longer.
Those ampules!
I think I'm going to be sick.
This can't be real, right? Those
I
were
never
made
saw that
by
one.
Spring Pharmaceuticals.
But they had that winter one. Remember the winter frame? That is the same thing. What was it called? Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer had the same thing.
Damn it!
Yeah, punch him hard,
Looks
not
like
too
Kyoto
hard.
couldn't lose you.
Win, but not all the way.
What is this?
Gotcha.
I think you've already figured it out. This is Spring Pharmaceuticals' Seiron factory. To be more accurate, it's an other research facility they run jointly with the Seiron government.
What's it
They're
called?
using these heads to make their products.
Shiden, stay calm. Just concentrate on stopping Yuito.
Wait, let's talk! Hey!
Here we go!
First you won't tell me why you're trying to kill me. Now you're trying to hide this cruel place. Don't you feel anything seeing what's going on here? What are you all thinking?
Oh, let me go, let me go, let me go! Oh, I just got my butt handed to me.
Too slow!
I'm in the corner!
You
Leave me
were amazing
alone!
since you were a cadet, Kasane. But now you're trying to kill Yuito and trying to hide this facility? What happened to you? This isn't like you.
It got me.
Sorry.
Back off!
Not yet.
Shut up! You don't know anything about anything. Then tell us. We don't know anything because you won't tell us anything. Have to do something about this fire.
Damn!
Back off!
There's a weakened member.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Stop punching me for just a second.
Here.
Back off!
Owie, 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 owie.
No way!
We can't give up.
Hit him with a table. Uh-oh!
Give up.
No!
Sorry.
I'm going to become stronger than anyone else.
This is good.
Thank me later.
It's over.
Can you handle it?
Sorry.
Not yet!
Oh, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead.
Why?
Run away! That did it. Hey, gotcha. Damn it. I'm so good.
Can you take it?
I would be. I'm not immune to being hit by a table, that's for sure. You want to do that? You want to go there? I can do that. Apparently I can't.
Is he insane? Watch out, Kasane. Yuito has the
Well,
upper hand here.
I'm getting my butt absolutely kicked.
Can't lose now.
No, no, no. That's no good. Yeah, the animations are awesome in this game. That's no good. Okay, so I was doing really good there for a minute. I forgot. I should have went into super brain mode first. That might have won. I'll try to remember that for next time. How far do we have to start? The whole thing. All right, let's go.
Really?
Time to kick butt. Where are they? Who are they? Where are you? What's going on here?
First you won't tell me why you're trying to kill me. Now you're trying to hide this cool place. Don't you feel anything seeing what's going on here? What are you all thinking?
I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck.
Here. I thought you were amazing since you were a cadet, Kasani. But now you're trying to kill Yuito and trying to hide this facility? What happened to you? This isn't like you.
Back off!
We can't give up.
You owe me.
I'm borrowing this.
You won't be killed!
Shut up! You don't know anything about anything. Then tell us. We don't know anything because you won't tell us anything.
Not yet.
I'm dead. Run away!
I got hit. It's hot.
There we go.
This isn't good enough.
He dead. Got him.
Time to fight back.
You little.
Where is he?
Can you handle it?
Thank you later.
Now, ready? We go like this. Oh, I can't do super moves. Dang it, I haven't built up enough purple.
Sorry.
This is good.
Damn it!
I'll do this, Shiden.
Let's go! Little. My body. No way. Little.
There we go. Oh, wow.
Do something about this fire.
I'm all out of health juice?
Damn it.
All right, I'm in trouble. I need to go into power mode. He's going to take me into brain mode soon.
At this rate, this is nothing.
Should we push?
I can't do it. Yep. I don't have it. I gotta run away. And I don't have any health. Some enemies that use powers can create a brain field. With some exceptions, you can't use psychokinetic attacks while in their brain field. You need to overcome it with weapon attacks or SAS. Man, okay. Let's just run away.
Brain field? Is he insane? Watch out, Kasane. Yuito has the upper hand here.
He sure does.
Sorry.
I'm just gonna run away for 23 seconds.
Damn.
Some are close to their limit.
10, 9, 8,
Have to do
7,
something about this fire.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There.
It's over.
I need your help. I'll do this, Shiden.
I'm dead, I'm dead. I'm so dead.
Work hard.
Wait.
Snap out of it already!
Oh, yes! Oh, that was so
Making drugs out of
close.
human heads is crazy. We have to stop them.
That is true. It is crazy.
But
We agree.
Naomi, she needs this.
She needs human head
What
juice.
do you mean? What is this facility for?
That's...
You are not authorized to divulge any more information.
Oh.
Are you the government official from before? I'm sorry, I was ordered to patch him through.
Please focus on eliminating the target. We promise you fair compensation for your efforts.
By compensation, you do mean Naomi's safety, correct? I want a clear answer that'll stay on the OSF transmission record.
She's smart. Let's keep her.
Well, why aren't you answering? My bet is because you made this call on your own, without Major General Karn's permission. There's been a change
Nope,
in
not
plan.
illegal anymore. They're actually
I am
delicious.
canceling your assignment. Await your next orders.
Oh, let's have a conversation then, shall we?
Communication with Seiran has been disconnected. We're not being monitored anymore.
Yes, let's have a conversation, an actual talk. Here's my feelings.
I can't take this anymore. I'm telling them everything.
Yes, please.
No, I will.
Sweet.
This place
It's
is an
originally
other
babies,
research
they're-
facility run jointly with
Exactly.
Spring Pharmaceuticals, just like Arashi said. Human brains of people with powers are being brought here. A
This is
portion
what
of
makes
them
your
are
Nintendo
transplanted
Switch.
into others to
This is the
turn
main
them into
ingredient.
other weapons. The rest are turned into a medical solution to feed the others.
That's horrible.
Hey, are you really sure about Seiran? I know New Himuka has a lot of its own issues. It's not right that the government monitors everyone and controls all the information. But Seiran causing the uprising, that's just as messed up. Can we really let them get away with transplanting human brains into others?
No.
Or processing the brains into drugs?
That's all bad.
No, we can't, obviously. That being said, there are, in fact, some people who've been forced to accept it.
Yeah, that's a very, very normal.
My brother.
And then there's Kasane. People whose loved ones have been turned into others. They depend on that medication. Human-born others can temporarily regain their senses when they take that medication, even letting them talk.
Does Karin have a family member that's been metamorphosed?
No, not a family member. Has Luca or Fubuki mentioned it?
Alice?
Yuito!
His brain is...
His brain! Not his brain!
Yuito?
He's using that.
Are you okay?
What's wrong? You look like you're in pain.
There's something wrong with Yuito's brain.
Yes, there
He's
is.
beginning to show signs of speech and memory impairment whenever he uses his power.
Oh, well then stop that.
I'm okay now. The pain is fading.
Doctor, it hurts when I do that. Don't do that.
This is...
Damn.
Sorry to interrupt, but you need to leave now so we can call this a draw. Hurry up or the others will come.
We should leave too. That okay with you, Kasane?
Yes.
I kind of like, what's her name, Ashito?
I'm sorry. I
She's
heard from
great.
Haruka. It seems like a lot happened while we were gone.
If Yuito and his team left,
Yeah,
shouldn't
just
we be
don't.
checking on a certain someone?
That's right. Naomi! I'm coming, Naomi! Naomi!
Great.
We'll go check and see how Naomi's doing. What about you guys? Where are you?
If you guys haven't seen
We're
Naomi
close
yet,
by, so
it's
let's
kinda
meet up at
interesting.
Naomi's room.
maybe come check out Naomi.
This is the first I've heard there was a communications log.
I'm so dead! Look
There
at my
is
health!
nothing. That was just a bluff. Luckily, it fooled them.
Look at my health! I have like 68 out of 2,000. I came so close to not being alive. Where am I going? All right, first things first. They're gonna stop me and I'm gonna get killed. I know that. I need a save place. Where's my save guy? Nope. Oh, there's a thing over there. Oh, I'm in trouble. Should I talk to those guys? Probably not. Hi there. You guys okay? Oh, I went the right way. Accidentally. Your finger is broken. I know, that's a funny joke. I've seen that joke. That's funny. She's not doing very good.
I had no idea the drugs in the ampules were made from human brains.
So, you found out.
I heard a researcher. She said that Yuito and his team saw the heads.
Calm down, Naomi.
I can't do this anymore. If I had known it came from human brains, I would have told them no.
It's a cruel reality. But without these drugs, it wouldn't be possible to talk with you like this.
Yes, I know.
But brains!
Brains?
Brains!
That makes me no different from the others.
That's not true. You're still you.
She's rough looking, eh?
Thank you. But I have to be honest.
I do kind of want to eat your brain.
Much for me. I can't do it. I don't want to live if it means other people have to die.
Wait. I'll find a way to turn you back, so please don't give up.
I'm sorry. Please, I need to be alone.
Naomi.
You undisciplined rats. I know you can hear me. Get out of Naomi's room now.
Oh dear, we're in trouble.
Major General Karin, you're here at the facility?
I'll tell you about the research they do here. Now get out of there so Naomi can calm down.
Let's go.
Thing is, when we were watching this before,
Naomi.
like when Naomi got hit, it's because she dodged a bullet and got shot by something that was supposed to hit Kasane. But so someone actually did this to her. This is an extended version of The Ring. That's what this is. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Kasane.
All right. I really, 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 really need life. All right. I can't handle another cutscene. I need a save guy.
So, Seiron isn't as unified as I had thought.
First, I think you owe us rats an apology for stringing us along through all this.
Actually, I know you were being funny, but I got this from the Microsoft Store. It's the only game I've ever bought from the Microsoft Store because it was on super sale and I had to burn a gift card. Like, there was nothing else to do with it. They wouldn't let me use it for like Google Doc or for like OneDrive or anything. I had to buy something from the store. Super dumb. Yeah, until I die. Yep.
I don't care about an apology. Have you found a way to turn Naomi back? If she...
Sorry, just yes, it's so stupid. So we had my kid had a Minecraft realm, and I have the OneDrive, right? $2 a month. You'd think that because I had $50 sitting on a gift card, that they would just slowly chew away at that. They don't. You have to buy from the store. I'm kind of digging this game. I mean, right? It's you're here for the story, obviously, but still, pretty good story.
Stays here. She's...
Not yet. I'll keep Naomi's psychological well-being in mind, but this facility is the best chance she has.
I heard that!
Even if we manage to pacify Naomi, she'll have to continue taking the ampules.
Is it on Crunchyroll, though, Spartan? I wish because if it is, I totally want to watch it, unless it'll spoil the ending. Will it spoil? I don't know if it's a post. I don't know how that works. I don't want to spoil the ending because I don't know what's happening in this game. Got brains, a lot of brains.
Why is Seiron conducting research like this? What are they planning on doing to others using human brains?
I suppose I should tell you what Seiron and Suo's true motives are.
Please do.
It all comes down to how each city views others and the Extinction Belt.
One likes them, one
The
does not.
Extinction Belt.
Suo wants to eliminate the Extinction Belt to stop the others.
Good call. They're bad guys.
While Seiron believes they need the Extinction Belt. The differing views of the Extinction Belt is
Okay,
the root
I
of
won't watch
Suo
that.
and Seiron's conflict.
Thank you, Spartan.
I might not agree with their methods, but I can understand Suo's position. Seiron, on the other hand...
Why do they think the Extinction Belt is necessary? That's where the others come from.
Seiron is pursuing their counter-other research while avoiding the elimination of the Extinction Belt. Kagero, what do you think would happen if the Extinction Belt disappeared?
Party. It is on
no
Crunchyroll.
idea.
Far out.
Why are you asking me?
Never mind. In any case, I don't care about what either side wants. More importantly, Kasane.
What?
What you did here was reckless.
I only did what I could for Naomi.
Seiron's threats aren't just a bargaining strategy. Watch what you leak to Yuito, and be careful you don't do anything that would put Naomi in danger.
Okay, so what's interesting is that, as I said before, we get to play Yuito's side after we're done with her side. I'm very curious as to how it's going over there and how it's going to tie together with this story.
That's all for now.
No, we're not done here. We still have questions.
Remember your roles. That will help Naomi more than anything.
Do what you're told.
He looked
Yeah, we're
like
not good
he was
at
in a
that.
hurry. I wonder if something happened.
He has to poop.
It's painstakingly obvious that Karen is still hiding information from us.
Listen, we've just been through a lot. I think we should go back to the hideout and get some rest.
Yes. Hold on, Naomi. I promise I'm going to save you.
Yeah,
Welcome
he is.
back, everyone.
Everything about that is sus. The
You've
whole
come here as
thing.
well.
I was afraid I might run into that government official if I went back to headquarters.
I'm sorry. Forcing the guy's
Called
hand
the
by
anime
threatening
angle?
to put him on the record must have put you in an awkward position.
His face was beet red. It was hilarious. If I
don't
saw him
even
in
see it
person,
anymore.
I would have laughed right in his face.
Oh, I would have loved to see that. That bastard totally deserves it.
I can't leave Naomi there. I have to hurry and find a way to turn her back. Can I really rely on Karen?
I don't know.
You don't look so well.
Hey, you better not be thinking about running off on your own to save the day again.
Only a little.
No, don't worry. I'm not. Karen mentioned that my power was connected in some way to saving my sister.
He did mention that, didn't he? Sure didn't make an effort or even care to explain himself, though.
I thought with everything that happened at the other research facility, Naomi would be protected if I asked him. But now, I'm not so sure. There's still so much I don't know.
Right?
That's true.
Main character problems.
But to be honest, we barely know anything about the others.
That laboratory holding Naomi has the most advanced research on them.
So,
I
there's
love this
something
background
I've been
music.
wondering about that place. You know that truck that you escorted? Wasn't it from Togetsu?
The one full of heads?
Yes. Well, there were no records. Judging from its route, there's no mistake it came from Togetsu.
Considering the cargo it was carrying, I feel like Togetsu must be connected to the other research somehow.
No, they just get the heads there.
You're kidding, right? Togetsu is not that kind of place.
All right. You're from there and you follow their faith.
It's a religious community that worships the moon. I've never even heard them say anything about others.
But with all that cargo they're providing,
Okay.
they must be connected in some way or another.
Plot twist. It's moon people.
Togetsu has a long history and managed to establish a different culture from Suo or Seiron. That alone sets it apart.
I think it's safe to assume that they have information that would prove useful to us.
I've never actually considered Togetsu before, but you might be onto something given the situation.
We might find a clue there that will help Naomi.
You're really going there?
The
You
others
won't
come from
find much.
somewhere.
I can honestly say I don't know of any place less exciting.
Why not the moon?
What do you want to do?
Let's go to Togetsu.
For real?
Weh.
Weren't you even listening? Karin told us not to do anything that'd upset Seiron.
But I don't fully trust him. If we don't know what he knows or what he's hiding, then we don't have a choice.
Agreed.
Then what about Naomi? It might not be a bluff next time.
Haruka, I have a favor to ask.
I'll keep an eye on Seiron and the research facility, and contact you if there's any change.
Having psychic
Thank
friends
you.
is helpful.
I owe you one. Well, let's get ready to go to Togetsu.
Oh boy, I don't like the way this is going.
You know what's kind of cool about this game? Is when they do those cut scenes, like it looks like they're only doing like manga, like pre-rendered manga stuff. They're not. What they're doing is that, like, all these outfits that I put on them, it's all DLC stuff. So they actually are rendering the 3D into 2D on purpose. Like it's kind of fun that way. It's I just think it's special. It's neat that they would do it that way, because I honestly thought as soon as I changed everybody's outfits, it wouldn't change in the cutscenes. But it is very cool, right? I'll show you actually some of the cool stuff that I've got. Visuals. Yeah, check this out. I can do all kinds of stuff. So there's the normal one, and I can get the battle flower, whatever that means. And then I can get the lonely swan. That's kind of cool. Only because I play a lot of Genshin. The youth of determination. And then eternal sorrow. These are great names. I should name my outfits. Like when I put a sweater and some cargo shorts on, I should call that like the empty pocket or something. And then if I put on like my parka, I can call it the fluffy determination. Neat. Oh, that is really cool, Spartan. Isn't that cool? Whoop. Okay. This is the one I like, though. I really like that one. That was just cool. How many brain map things do I get? Only 3? Man, they used to give them out like candy. Now they're very stingy. Increases speed at which allies are revived. I've never even revived an ally. And the entire time I played this game, I just let them die. The po' boy. Charge a small amount of psychokinetic gauge after perfect dodge. Ooh, yeah, that one. I do a lot of perfect dodges because I am, what's the word? Perfect.
What debt was Major General Karin talking about?
I don't know. Maybe he was mistaken, or he was bluffing.
I see.
Okay, we're gonna save it there. That is a good place to stop before we get going. There's a lot, man, there's a lot. We gotta keep playing this game. I'm glad I played it for like 7 hours the first couple times, because we got a really good start in it, and the first couple hours were kind of dull. But yeah, they was this is really, really, really interesting. Let's just exit, return to who should we raid? Let's raid out to somebody. I like raiding, it's fun. All right, who's on? I don't even know. Kishu? Oh, Kishu's on. Oh, there you go. That's cool. Kishu's really cool. The only thing I have a hard time with those family streamers that actually have their kids on and stuff like that is kids can be noisy, and you know, sometimes I don't want to hear kids. I grew mine up specifically so I could tell them to be quiet, and they would. KO fan? Oh. Okay, let's do. Wait, we haven't raided Checkpoint Church in a long time. Beardsley's on. We're gonna raid Beardsley. We like Beardsley. You guys should come meet him. He's kind of cool. BEARDSLY89. He's a Christian guy. He likes playing. He's good at he'll chat with you. Fish tank is on. Funny. Fish tank is on. All right, let's get over there and say hello to Beardsley. Thank you for coming. Tomorrow's Weird Wednesday. Remember to come back, invite your friends, because we're going to look at some crazy stuff. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to be looking at some crazy stuff. I don't know what, but we'll see. All right, see you guys later.